Alrighty, so is everybody good to play Mansions of Madness, the Altered Fates DLC scenario?
Yes.
Alright, well let's get it going.
So she's a parapsychologist. She studies ESP and ghosts.
Oh yeah. Who is the stories of Rita? Rita's from the South.
Okay, so the synopsis of this scenario, though, the Altered Fates scenario is.
You have to read it, and we'll tell you.
Well, it'll do an intro, but Lady Helena, the woman who hired you, is abducted through a polychromatic portal before your eyes. With the portal closing and only moments to act, you must decide who will follow into the unknown. Will you be able to work together even while torn apart? Select our investigators. And we are selecting William York, Agatha Crane, and
Rita Young.
Rita Young. We're going to gain our starting items. A .45 automatic, a fire extinguisher.
I always love the fire extinguisher. I mean, I don't want it, but I like that we have it in our team.
A lead pipe.
Ooh. I'll take that in the den.
And a magnifying glass.
Nice.
And then the shriveling spell.
Oh, shriveling spell.
Dibs.
Spells are at the end.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have a gun on it, probably.
So, who's got the highest strength?
That would be I.
So, how about you take the lead pipe? That will definitely, ought to be a strength based. And
this is also a strength based.
Oh, what is it?
The
fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I think you should have that, or at least one of you guys. My strength is a 2. I won't have any melee weapons.
Do you want the automatic then?
I've got the shriveling.
How's your agility?
Why don't
only a 3? He's got pretty good agility.
My agility is 4.
My agility is 3.
But why don't I take the fire extinguisher in case we get some fire? I get an extra movement.
Oh sure, yeah.
Okay.
You can run around.
So maybe
I'll take the lead
into
pipe.
the fire.
We've also got a magnifying glass. Roll 1 additional die while resolving a eye test, which is
Observation. So I'm 4.
I'm 4.
My observation is a 3.
So I think one of us should get it, just because boost it to a 5 rather than.
Do you want the gun just in case you get pinched? Because your agility is higher than your strength, so we don't want to give you. That way we all have a weapon.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Take that for arranged, and then if something comes up that gets me arranged at some point.
Okay.
I have a call from a child.
Gotcha. Important. It's important to check.
All right. Oh yeah. Good.
The only flavor of the Waterloo that I've tried that I haven't liked so far from the variety pack is the raspberry. It's raspberry paired with something else, or something. But I don't like it because it tastes like it tastes like hot mess.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, but all the others I like.
Yeah.
This one.
I think they have overall.
Nice. Yeah, they're a good brand. They're a lot of winners.
Are you going to this? Yeah. I'm going to this. Definitely.
We have a bee swarm, and they're not ours. They're somebody else's, or it's a new swarm. And so they're all like, "Well, what do we do?" And I'm like, "Well, we don't have a place to put them." So, unless you want to call somebody to come get them. All right, we got some weapons. Sorry.
Okay, we're ready for continued setup?
Yeah.
Oh, and we all get 2 clues. So
Two clues.
Yeah.
we get 2 clues apiece.
Two.
So we don't have the excuse of not having a clue.
I have proof of purchase.
Your lucky proof of purchase.
It didn't work great last time, but I'm gonna keep it just in case.
Yeah.
Just,
All right.
just so everybody knows.
Okay, so this it's probably going to maybe go into where it's going to.
Who is this HP Lovecraft? What's that?
You arrive at Lady Helena's estate and find trouble is already underway. A glowing portal in the lavish entryway casts a kaleidoscope of color around the room. Your host is surrounded by strangely dressed intruders. A shotgun barely keeping them at bay. Without hesitation, you fight your way towards her. Your fists and weapons meet flesh over and over again, but their numbers seem endless. Before you can reach her, a woman who bears a startling resemblance to Lady Helena separates from the prey. The woman dodges past the shotgun, then pushes Lady Helena roughly into the portal. We've already got the others searching the house for the statue, the woman calls to her fellow intruders. Let's head back to the base and try something a little more elaborate. The woman and the goons disappear into the portal, leaving you alone in the now silent entrance.
Portals, indeed.
Alrighty, so the ruckus in the entrance of Lady Helena's estate subsides as the abductors disappear. Place the lobby tile and walls as indicated. Ooh, there we go. That's it. Oops.
And the walls are just.
They're going to be. There's a painting here.
Is the wall or no? Oh, painting.
There's a painting.
Here's a painting
here, and
it's underneath something under
it. Yeah.
We can get show us.
Another painting over here. All right. You are left breathing heavily and trying to make sense of the last few minutes. Place your investigator figures as indicated.
Interesting.
It always shows just 2, regardless of how many are in the party. And then the portal is already closing, its edges shrinking rapidly. Through it, you can see a dusty room full of crates and hear Lady Helena struggling against her captors. Place an interact token as indicated. Alright. You rush toward the portal to follow the abductors as it begins to shrink and close. But while 2 of you pass through, anyone else bounces off the collapsing portal ineffectually. Investigators must determine as a group which 2 of them enter the portal. Once you have reached a decision, the investigators who enter the portal remove their investigator figures from the board. So we'll do that before we begin.
Whoa.
I'm wondering about maybe Don and I.
Yeah, because I'm 7-7. You guys
And
are
you're
designed to be a complementary pair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, to some degree.
we're more extreme ends for our abilities too.
Okay.
Also,
Like
clearly my lady's
got
moving,
movement.
and your
Yeah.
lady's got a spring in her step as well.
So the chicks will go through the portal, and the guy stays behind because obviously that's the more dangerous
Yeah.
option. You know,
Right,
he's gonna stay.
I'll guard the door. I'll guard the door.
Yeah. All right. Just moments after the last person has gone through the portal, it is only the size of a fist and no more physical matter appears to pass through. You are trapped apart from one another, though you can see and hear everything happening on the other side. So
okay, cool. So we can
see and
communicate.
hear.
Okay.
Lady Helena's weapon lies on the floor. Place the shotgun common item as indicated.
Cool. You get a
Oh,
shotgun.
you get a shotgun.
This is, you cannot attack a monster that is more than one space away with this card, but it's a 6 damage.
It's on the floor here.
Oh, right, thank you.
Okay.
That's a nice one.
A dagger glints where it is mounted on one wall. Place a search token as indicated.
Is that here?
That's right over here. Okay. Yep. And then shiny brass plaque reads lounge. Place an explore token as indicated. Okay. This door is unmarked. Place an explore token as indicated. Another shiny brass plaque reads billiards room. Place an explore token as indicated. All right. Some furniture here, so we've got a barricade. Could be used to barricade the door should the need arise. Place barricade as indicated. Right. Yep. Okay. And then no, that's the way I had it.
I'll get in on this. It's Ouija board style. We all have to put our fingers on.
While you take in Lady Helena's home, the investigators who entered the portal barrel through a kaleidoscope of color until finally an end is in sight. You are released from the strange portal and find yourself in a dusty room full of crates. Place the warehouse tile and a door as indicated. So we've got this map going on over here. And then over here we'll have another
Warehouse. Is that the right one?
I think so. This,
warehouse, yep.
and then I guess this one.
And a door as indicated. So there's a door
up here, right?
That doesn't look like.
Well, I think it's like
Oh,
this.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
there it is. No, but I think that's.
Oh, okay. So if I do this,
Yeah, that'll tell us what.
Then the door is
Yes,
the door.
you're right.
Right.
So it's a.
I think it's the opposite of any of the walls. I
Yeah,
think all the doors
that's a
should be
door
the
right
same.
there.
That's a door.
Yep. Door right here.
Doesn't look like a door.
And then
Looks like maybe some kind of a cabinet standing tall.
anywho, the room looks eerily similar to the one you just left behind. It has the same expensive wallpaper and crown molding, but they are damaged and yellowed with age. Just where have you ended up? The investigators who entered the portal placed their investigator figures as shown. So you guys are right here.
I wouldn't have assumed that they looked the same.
Oh, wait a minute. I guess you guys are actually
in this room.
Yeah, you're here. And there is a newspapers have been plastered over the windows, but perhaps you can see where you are. Place a site token as indicated.
And that would be a free action. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Is that a different one than that?
No. Okay. Behind you, the portal shrinks to a small glowing tear the size of a fist. Through it, you can see the lobby you left behind and hear the voices of any that remain there. With sound carrying through the portal, you will be able to communicate freely despite your separation. Place an interact token as indicated.
Okay.
Help! Someone help! Lady Helena struggles against her captor. The woman who kidnapped Lady Helena takes her through a door to your left as you get your bearings. Now, no one would dare hurt you, the strange woman says. I just need to borrow you for a little while. The door has a dusty, tarnished plaque on it that reads Lounge.
I don't think it could just for
Place the explore token is indicated. This door is unmarked. Place an explore token is indicated. They're trying it because there was a door here. They're just trying to recreate it. A grimy, dust-covered plaque reads billiards room. Place an explore token is indicated. Okay.
Okay, so it is the same. Yeah,
It's the same.
So that's not really a step up.
All right, we got something really weird happening here. What?
I do not know who you are, but you are going to be sorry for interrupting our boss, Lady Elizabeth. Spawn a cultist as indicated. So you've got a cultist right here.
Is this a cultist?
Yep.
A cultist.
Okay. You are surrounded by Lady Helena's abductor. Spawn a cultist as indicated, and that one gets this little red token to distinguish it from the first cultist. That little red token will go in that little thing there. Another of the abductors picks up a broken chair leg, thumping it threateningly against her hand. Spawn a deep one hybrid as indicated.
Look, we're gonna have to do some fighting.
Yeah.
Thank God I got a fire.
A dust-covered dagger is mounted on one wall. Place a search token as indicated.
Well, wasn't there one on the other? What is going on?
Yep.
If you shoot them from your world, will they kill them in my world?
Some of the furniture here can be used to barricade the door. Should the need arise, place barricade as indicated. The barricade's in the place.
I know.
If you hope to return safely from this place, you must be especially trusting of your fellow investigators. Remove all insane conditions that require 3 or more investigators from the game.
Okay. So we're just keeping the two.
So from insane conditions, we draw on insane. Just ignore the ones that
redraw until we get a 2.
Yeah, that require 3 more investigators. Yeah,
gotcha. So, okay. I guess those are a little kinder then.
Alrighty, so we are in our first investigator phase.
Alright, well, I have decided to crack open one of your mocktails. Because I'm worried about this and I'm about to get mock drunk.
Alright.
Like
Why don't you guys go ahead and do what you want to do and see if that affects what I should do.
Can we do this without the volume?
I'm wondering about
possible.
shriveling.
I can turn the volume down. So, yeah.
And depending on how shriveling goes, including the resolution, I can then either do it again or try shooting or trade and give you the gun. I'm just wondering if the automatic might be nice for you with 1 more agility point.
Well, we're going to assume that the cultists are easier to hit.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be more toward. I mean, I'm not opposed to just going in there and smacking that one around a little bit too.
Okay. Because if I trade and you shoot twice, it would be the same number of attacks versus you moving and
okay,
attacking. So I'm just wondering if this has a higher damage, but I don't know how the app will treat us because at least for the melee attacks, it doesn't. It sometimes adds like just your base strength or your success roll or something like that. So I don't know how the ranged attacks will work.
I think that we didn't
solve
that problem at the beginning. But, yeah, we could do that. I could, because we're open through the whole thing. Those are not walls; those are just sections.
Right. It's all open.
Well, okay. So then, would you prefer to concentrate?
He is the
on
harder
the big
horror
guy and take him out, or
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll start with casting shriveling, and then after seeing how that goes, then I'll
trade or
tentatively decide. Yeah. So I will attack with a ranged spell. I don't remember if you had to specify range.
It's spell and
it's
then
a spell and it. the thing on there tells you that they're ranged. That's what the gun means.
Gotcha.
You begin the incantation as if by instinct, your lips forming the words of their own accord. Even as you give voice to the eldritch sounds, you struggle to understand their meaning. Roll lore men 2.
Yeah. Success.
Okay. The hidden truth presents itself, and you find that you are able to command them to lash out at your enemy. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage.
Okay.
Which is
3.
okay.
What is his?
4, so he's 1 away.
Okay.
Go ahead and flip the spell you attack with.
Okay. Your enemy's flesh ripples and peels open. The monster suffers 1 additional damage. Then I suffer a face down horror. Then I discard this and bring in with their struggling spell.
Okay, well that worked out well.
Yeah.
So we get rid of him. Yep. So he's gone,
He's gone.
and I get a clue.
And you get a clue
I love it.
for being in the other.
Yep.
Yeah, because he read the clarification that was anywhere. Yep.
And I will get potentially an initial roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, so that was your first action.
Yeah. So that went pretty well. I'm partially wondering if we could give that a cut. I'm wondering if I should just cast it again against one of the cultists.
I don't see why not. You can put whichever one you want. They're all the same on face.
Number 2.
Door number 2.
This is a bit alphabetical. Well, I'll deal with that after because I'm gonna be casting it again. Yeah, I will go for. Do they have different hit points? This was the lead cultist.
I'm sure they're both the same.
Okay. I'll go for the one that's slightly closer.
This one?
Yes.
Attack the spell. You begin the recitation, but stumble when you reach the final verse.
Okay.
You scour your memory for the remaining words, and 1,000 voices fill your mind and reply. Will men too.
Okay. 4. Barely, but got it.
You manage to isolate your own voice amidst the din and trust it to guide you. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test result.
Oh wow, 5.
Well, what am I doing down here?
And then you will.
Okay. Your enemy's flesh ripples and peels open. The monster suffers 1 additional damage, then suffer 1 face downward. I got the same one.
Clue for you.
I got clue generator boy.
Alright, if you want to.
So this guy's dead?
Yes. And then I cut this if you want to pick a random one for me.
Just do that.
Sounds good.
Alright, so here is the question. Since you seem to like that, you seem to be going okay, although it is generating.
I don't like that, but yeah.
Do you have a way to get rid of it? Or?
Not yet. After I resolve a horror check game monthly, that's my special.
Alright, so the question is, should I trade and just stay over here?
I'd be okay with that.
Because it looks like you're going to kind of go, although I hate for you to be like reliant on a spell all the time. But I wonder what does the modifier usually for, well, since we're close, why don't we do that? Why don't I trade for that gun?
I'm good with that because then if you should have a little bit more success, I'd imagine it's agility.
I just gotta assume it's a strength or
possibly.
agility. It could be observation, which is a 3.
Okay.
But we'll know, and we can trade back if
Right.
necessary. So I'm going to just shoot, and I can do that, right? I can.
And I have 9 horror, so I don't mind casting like 2 more before I start trying.
Yeah.
To
So you're going to shoot him?
I'm going to shoot
judicious with it.
ranged weapon.
It's a firearm, right?
Yep, firearm.
You fire quickly at the figure, welcoming any advantage you can get, agility.
Okay, good.
Roll 2 additional dice if the monster is in your space. It is not in your space.
Oh, that's good to know, though.
Well, that's not always going to be that.
Right, but it's nice to know that it's a
I
possibility.
need two. Is that what it said?
Hey, there's no men on this.
Oh,
So you decide what you're going to do, and I'll read the result to you.
I'll take them both. I'll take 2.
You're going to take 2?
Yeah.
Okay. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result, so he's going to suffer 2 of the 4.
No, I don't get my
No weapon
No.
damage. That's
weapon
Not
damage.
this time.
That seems.
Yep, no, it's just,
Well, then it's still alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Not much of a battle tank, am I?
Well, maybe melee would be the way to go. Well, that might be more reliable. I don't know.
so you guys will be facing a horror check, which will
I need to get myself a good lead pipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so unless you guys are adverse, I'm going to move trade to pick this up, and then I have one more point of movement. I don't know what I can do with this,
Right.
but I might need to find out what I can do with this.
I would assume that's
Are
some
you-
kind of a weapon.
Well, tonight.
Yeah.
But do you want me to get the, I've got a lead pipe. Do you want,
Alright.
one of you want the knife?
I
Because it might be the case if one of us takes the knife, the other one doesn't.
Yes, I was just about to say that. I have a theory that maybe what you do in
Um,
one room affects the other room.
Yeah, since you have a lead pipe, yeah, if you're okay waiting for one of us to pick this up first, in case that is how it goes.
Yeah, yep. So I will go here, I'll pick up this shotgun, and then I will move back to here. There's no space there.
Yeah, you want a barricade or door?
Yeah, well, he won't have any actions, but
joking.
yeah.
Okay. So that was my full thing. So it is time for the first mythos phase.
Oh yeah, mythos. I mythos. A lot.
Light and shadow create distracting patterns on the walls. This mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest observation. I've got 4.
I've got 4.
It'd be me then.
Okay. You try to discern what made that worrisome shadow. Lore men 1.
That's a 3. Got 1.
You identify it as a harmless, mundane object outside the window. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, hey, there's a tree out there, guys. Look,
Yeah, you're just.
I thought it was a vampire sitting up in a tree watching me, but it turns out
Yeah, you're just.
I am not. Fella.
The cultist moves 2 towards the nearest investigator, then attacks the investigator in space who has suffered the least damage. So he's going to come over here, and you guys are going to choose.
Oh, damage.
Yeah, which of you is attacking?
Oh, he's going to attack me.
Yeah, thank you.
The cultist raises a staff and swings down at your head with a forceful, sweeping motion. Agility min 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it? I'm rolling
Might
it.
have
Though.
Hey, no, okay.
I'll go ahead and spend it.
Okay.
I'm out of clues, guys, but
You duck and narrowly dodge the blow. Okay.
Oh, I gotta roll better.
Now both of you we're gonna. Now we can do it the way the rules say, and I do one horror check and you both resolve that, or I can do a separate one for each of you, like we've been doing.
We'll just do the one.
we could do the same one.
Okay. And I guess you will get a clue once we resolve that horror check, right?
Yes.
Assuming you don't die.
Yeah.
The cultist, well, he should be facing. Pulls an urn from beneath a voluminous cloak and uncovers its mouth. A dozen foot-long centipedes burst from the jar in your direction. tumbling through the air. Both roll agility min 1.
Uh-oh. Do you want to roll first? Bless you. Oh, there you go.
One.
I'll spend one because I'll get one back. So.
Okay. You both manage to evade the horrid swarm.
Yay!
Is there a rule that says you can't like trade clues?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so that is the end of the mythos phase. Back to new investigator phase. So you guys want to go first again and then try to deal with this guy?
Let me take a swing at him.
Nice.
With the fire extinguisher. Heavy weapon.
All right. Attack with a heavy weapon. You heave your weapon over your head and down on your foe in the widest possible swing. Strength min 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got him.
The weapon crashes into your enemy. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result.
That's
So you overkill.
That's a 5. Yay.
He's gone, and I get a clue.
You did great. Glad I could help.
I'm on my own. I need these clues. I'm here to investigate. I don't know what you all are doing. Notice that portal. I mean, I can look, but I
here's
don't
the
care.
problem, which is that I'm too far to.
Looking through this is a freebie, so
Let's look through that.
Okay. And here, you want to get rid of that. And okay, so we're going to.
I would have liked to.
Yeah.
Newspapers have been plastered over the windows, but perhaps you can see where you are. Investigator in the warehouse may look out the windows. You look out the windows. The newspapers are layered so thick it is impossible to see through them, but you cannot help but notice that they have been applied recently, and they are all dated with the year 1942. Discard the site token, so it just lets you see
So
the year
1942 is going on here.
It was plastered recently, so those were, we presume, recent newspapers.
Right.
So you were in the year 1942.
You're in the year 1942.
I am not.
We don't know what
I'm
year
later.
you're in.
I'm probably like what? Typically it's like 60,
73.
70s, something
like that, probably.
1972, the year of the goat.
Or maybe I'm earlier because maybe that's later.
Well, that's what.
So am I in the 20s?
Oh, maybe.
Am I Victorian era?
Looks like you're at least in your 40s.
No, I mean in like 1910s, 1920s, maybe.
That could be. We'll find out. I'm sure.
All right.
All right.
But that was not an action. So you've done one action. So you've got another action.
All right. I'll just investigate this portal
Sure.
since I'm here and get some information.
The anomaly is no larger than your fist. Nothing physical passes through it, but you can hear everything from the other side as clear as if it were right next to you. There's nothing you can do.
Hello?
So
Hello?
there's no action. There's no action.
There's no action?
No. So you still have
All right.
action.
Yeah.
I'll just move over here. Cool.
All right.
Nothing I can do there, but I'll move over there. So, we'll open the door.
Sure.
Don't take my knife.
We'll walk here, right? I'll walk this way. And well, you were doing pretty well with that fire extinguisher.
Wait a minute. Before you
where's
do
your, where's your guide that has the back page on it?
Right here.
Just so I can be reading useless stuff while stuff you already know. I'll take them all. I'll just take them from you.
If you want to do yours, that would.
I will open mine because if you guys are later
something.
in time, then maybe opening mine will open that and save you an action.
That's true. Yeah.
So let's play that.
Interesting.
Let's try that.
And as we explore, we'll at least know what's like behind the door with no plate on it.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Okay. So these both said lounge. Do you want me to open the lounge or do you want me to open the one that is unlabeled and find out what it is?
forget. The lounge is where where our victim is
Yes.
screaming from. So I intend to go into the lounge. So
Okay, I will go into the lounge and see if that leaves the door open.
nice. Save as an action possibly.
Because if you guys are in the future of me, like after this place, this is either prior to this place being built or after this place is run down.
Right. Right.
And if I had paid attention to what year we walked in on, we know that was the password.
Yeah.
Okay, but regardless, I think so. I will interact here. This door leads to another room in the estate. I'm going to. Well, I thought it was labeled lounge. Is that not the one labeled lounge? Another door in the estate.
Yeah, because I thought one was lounge, one was billiard.
It's not giving me the same. This is labeled billiard room. This just is another room, but I'm pretty sure this was the one labeled lounge.
I think so.
Maybe if I go over here, it will tell me. Lady Helena was taken through here. The dusty plaque reading lounge is on this door.
Okay.
And that one, another room of the estate. Okay,
Gotcha.
so this is the lounge. I will open this one. The lounge looks like it was recently redecorated. The faint smell of fresh wallpaper glue lingers. Discard this Explorer token and place the lounge tile as indicated.
To the side for more. Oh, I think is it not this one?
Oh, yeah, maybe yeah, I guess it is. I was looking for a more vibrant red on the chairs.
Gotcha.
Good catch. Okay. There we go. And
Voila.
it looks as though someone, perhaps Lady Helena, left out an enormous book on the table. Place a search token. The portrait of one of Lady Helena's ancestors is hung on the wall. Place a search token.
Kind of above the couch.
Yep. There are some signs of struggle in this room. Kicked up rug, fresh scuffs on the polished floor. Even someone's personal effect lying forgotten in plain sight. Place the Holy Cross common item as indicated. I get all the top items. Yeah. Jacket shite.
Yeah, that seems par for the course for me.
Roll one additional die while resolving a will test. That's nice.
Yep.
I think that's Zoe.
Yeah, there you go.
Zoe, the chef.
You may move one space into the explored area. Okay. I guess I will. Unless you want to stay in. Because opening it didn't appear that opening this opening that for you, so
Right. And yeah, so that was done. So nothing with that door.
it didn't say.
Gotcha.
So let's meet here for free. So I still have one action left. So I might as well just search that. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
It looks as though someone, perhaps Lady. Okay, yeah, search it. This book is open to a reproduced manuscript that is a little hard to parse. I have to roll lore, which for me is 3.
Good luck. Hey.
Then
Yeah.
and make it 2.
You sure you want to spend one of your clues?
I did.
They're precious.
You decipher it and find a summation of the ritual and execution of the trial and execution of a suspected witch. Notably, this witch was a not too distant ancestor of Lady Helena's. This ancestor was accused of witchcraft by her noble father-in-law and ultimately executed in 1601.
Oh, I wonder if we're. Wait, no, never mind. I'm sorry.
So this is not too distant
can't
would be 1601, not
Yeah.
tradition ancestor. Reading over the testimony that condemned her, you recognize the words of the spell she was accused of casting. It is purely protective. Gain the flesh-ward spell, then discard the search token. So I have a spell, although I don't really want spells. I get all the stuff. Okay. And do this. Nice. All right, so that was me. Now,
my turn.
Agatha gets to do what she feels like doing.
So I will spend one of my movement action points and open up the lounge. Second action.
A wide hall lined by peeling wallpaper leads to 2 rooms. Place the hall tile as indicated.
The hall tile is this, isn't it? Oh, who's that?
There you go. Yep.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
No, you had it.
That direction though.
Oh, are you sure? Yep. Okay. Okay.
That's what we use.
Okay. A woman seals a golden key inside a wall safe. You do not see Lady Helena anywhere. Place a search token as indicated. Yeah.
That picture, basically.
Lady Elizabeth looks up, and for a moment, her resemblance to Lady Helena is uncanny. Don't worry. I'm just borrowing the old girl for a little bit to help me find something. Family matter. I'll put her back when I'm done. In the meanwhile, I find the 40s to be so awfully dreary, don't you? I think I'll continue my search somewhere a little more comfortable and safe from your bumbling. She steps back and you realize a portal has opened behind her. Rift closes around her instantly and she is gone.
How do they have such great portaling skills?
A picture of Lady Helena's ancestors is covered in a thick layer of dust, obscuring any detail. Places or stuff is indicated. This room has been repurposed into storage. You recognize a lot of old broken furniture that has been pushed against the walls. A locked metal chest is among the junk. Place the search tokens in. On the far side of the hall, all sorts of strange items lie in a heap. Alien objects and futuristic-looking weapons are side by side with ancient tomes. It is dizzying, but you recognize something of use among the bizarre things. Place the lucky cigarette case. Common item is indicated.
Nice.
No one wants a lucky cigarette case, although we know from last time we played that you definitely do.
Yeah. What is it? Once per round, you may convert a magnifying glass to a success.
It's like a free clue every round.
I don't need that.
Right?
I think that's a misser.
No, you are correct.
That's a thing that we need to put in Michael's hand. Oh, no, wait. Once per round, you may...
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, no,
I do need that.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. It's basically a
one clue per round.
Yeah, it's a free clue.
Free clue.
Yeah. Someone is pounding on the other side of this door. Muffled shouts punctuating the bangs. The golden lock on the door glints in the dim light. Place an explode token. So we observed her putting a key over here, right? And then this is a locked door, and presumably Lady Helena might be there.
Yeah. What's left of her?
You may move 1 space into the explored area.
Yes.
Okay.
I have an extra movement anyways. I don't have any other actions though. I'll just park there though.
What was your first act? Oh, you moved. You moved and opened the door. Yeah. So we're done with the.
Looks like it.
With this phase.
This goes against what I learned last time, which was go hard, go fast. Go fast, go hard, whatever. But we're
Live fast, die young.
barely going.
The portal flares and shifts rapid different colors. A moment later, sigils for seeking and finding flow over the floor of the lobby. Then they fade. No immediate effect.
Okay. Cool. feel like something is gonna.
It was a timer.
Picking her way carefully forward, Rita Young puts her foot wrong and steps on an old rusty nail.
What?
Rita Young suffers 1 face down damage, agility -1 negates.
Agility -1, so that's gonna be 3. Well, she's faster than a nail.
Then she flips 1 damage face up, but you don't have any. Okay.
Don't have any to flip. I got your damage right here.
All right. It is investigator phase time.
Nice. Yeah, Don, if you want to go first, or
I guess I'll search this.
I'm curious if that disappears.
See what happens with that there knock.
Yeah.
Jared, will you grab me a Waterloo? Anything that's not the raspberry?
Yeah.
You don't like the raspberry, or you?
There's one that's like raspberry and something else that tastes like hot medicine.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
So not the raspberry, not the Mai Tai, because I'm not particular like that.
I don't know how you can taste anything but just seltzer water. Like I don't really taste any flavors. I just taste like
I do.
a tang. It's like a tang.
Yeah, I think Waterloo is one of my favorite brands for
Thank you.
having
Waterloo is one of my favorite wars.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon's too.
No, it was not. He was not a fan.
Not
He was not a fan. Nope.
Well, he liked the water park called Waterloo.
But he did not like the Waterloo. It was.
0 out of 5 stars.
It feels like quite often they use that as a reference.
Mm-hmm.
Your Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Which makes me interesting why they chose that, because in essence is synonymous with defeat.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're English, I guess.
Well, there's also
You're right.
I mean, if you're French.
I'm trying to remember who pointed it out, but someone was talking about the fact that it was one person talking to another person, but like in the community context, but they pointed out that like Gate has been co-opted for any sort of
scandal.
Yes.
scandal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you call a scandal that actually involves like a dam or like a water purification plant or whatever you call a Watergate, but that confuses with
right.
Watergate, so you have to call it what, a hydrogate?
All right, I'm going to search this over here, Michael.
Says you.
I did say that.
A dust-covered dagger is mounted on the wall.
Let's check that dagger.
You take down the blade and find it in good condition despite the lack of use. Gain the ritual dagger common item. Then discard this search token.
It's a common item.
Ritual dagger.
How common?
I mean, I have like 3 at home.
Ritual daggers?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with your can opening daggers.
But
Right.
it didn't remove it from the other side, so I'm.
Okay.
But maybe because that's the future. Maybe if I
All right,
removed it,
you
it
need
would.
this. Roll an additional die by casting a spell.
Oh, I kind of would like that.
Okay, but that was just one action, right?
Yes, that's one action, and I will. Where are you going then?
Well, I think that's important to try to start trying to get into her.
Like you need the key before you can do that.
Exactly. So my intention would be to investigate that.
All right,
and
I'm
then
just going to
investigate
move
the door.
1, 2, and then I'll go here,
Nice.
so that at least I'm in a place.
Sprinty woman. Okay.
She has 1 extra. You may move 1 additional space as part of a move action. So
Would you like me to investigate before you? Would that inform your decisions at all? I guess you probably have
I was
a
gonna
destination.
pick this up, and then like finish my movement
Gotcha.
the movement
Makes
is 2,
sense.
correct?
back
Right.
here.
For us normal people.
Well, I was thinking, boy, if I would have ended up in there, then but I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
stay
here.
move.
I'm gonna do. I went ahead and took my turn. I just moved here, picked this up, and went back.
Nice.
And then depending upon what you guys decide, I might be able to go here or go back here next phase.
Nice. All right. So I will interact with this first. Or attempt to.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna pick up that see in that case next go around.
Right.
If I can get in there. If I don't get
A safe
portal
is
somewhere.
built into the wall. The dial on it goes from 0 to 100. You cannot break into it using your normal means. Instead, you will need to know the combination to the safe to get inside.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So an action to input the combination.
Well, I won't spend that then.
Let's not do that.
Because I think we might need to find it.
So that's not an action yet.
Yeah, so that might be like hidden there or behind either of those doors, sort of thing. I forgot, what was that? Is that a tome? I mean, I won't be going for it. I'm gonna try the door and find that it's locked. I'm sure, but
This room is a makeshift storage room full of boxes, broken furniture, and even a locked chest. So it's a locked chest.
Okay.
No, locked chest.
Yeah, I might.
You might be able to get it with the crowbar, but or like something like that. But I have the lead pipe, so I don't know if you can bash it with brawn, with string or something lock on that chest.
I might try this because I don't think I'll be able to open the door, but if it gives me anything to communicate with her, she might know the combination,
Right.
or she might know what room they went into.
Okay.
So I'll go for information.
Someone is pounding on the other side of this locked door, muffled shouts, punctuating bangs, a golden lock on the door glance, and so you can say, Lady Helena!
Yes.
Oh good, I was hoping you would make it through before the portal closed. Lady Helena's voice comes from the other side. You need to get me out of here, I'm locked in. Those interlopers are searching for an old family heirloom, a statue of some kind. I expect it contains great power. They wouldn't give up many details about it. I can find it if I'm let out of here. I'm being prevented from helping more. I think that woman is draining my power for some reason. Lady Helena sounds furious. I said all of that very furiously. So you can ask no additional action. Where are we, or prevented? Question marks.
Assuming I won't have the option of doing both, which one's more important? I think prevented, because maybe she'll go into more detail about if we can undo something.
There's strange signals everywhere in this room that I think can explain my sudden exhaustion. If you let me out, I can recover and scry to find the location of that statue they are looking for. Since it's my manor and my family's heirloom, theoretically I should be able to find it fast enough. I think we're in my country manor, at least some version of it. I recognize the wallpaper in this room. I picked it out when I had the lounge redone, but it is so faded and yellow in here. So that's the future of this.
Yeah.
Was that your action?
The woman who took me, Lady Elizabeth, she seemed too knowledgeable about magic as well for a study that is supposed to be outlawed. She kept mumbling nonsensical things about finally claiming her true inheritance. It was quite frightening, frankly. Gain one clue, if you'd like.
Sure. Yes, please. Thank you.
Right. So that was one action?
Yep.
Okay, so it didn't even give me the option of trying to open the door, right? So
But by asking prevented, you got a bunch of her saying stuff, including where you are. So you don't have to ask where
right.
you know where you are.
Right.
You are here, but in the future.
But the door is locked, so we need a key.
Right. I think this key is actually going to be.
What was this one? This question mark? Because I know
it's an old family portrait.
Oh, it is.
A picture of one of Lady Helena's ancestors.
Okay.
Covered in a thick layer of dust, obscuring any detail.
Okay, cool. So that is the same. I might move.
Don't move too far away from me, because I think if I can grab this and we can be. So that's going to be one step. Mm-hmm. Then I'll grab that for an action, and then.
I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that for you to enter the code, I'm going to have to find the code here.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of think so.
Well, we can do. Well, I just think we need to trade. You need this at some point.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right.
I'm okay waiting a little bit on
well,
that.
or go ahead
to
and-
maybe.
yeah.
I've already gone this.
I might go to the
Have I
far
already?
one. I don't. You have, yeah.
Okay.
That you acquired the cross.
Can you look without an action, right?
No. Oh yeah. You can look up the history. But yeah, I don't know if it would be the billiard room over the. Nah. I'm gonna try the unmarked one next. Yeah, I'll mark that.
But to look in that,
That takes an action. Right. The eyeball tokens are the freebies.
All right.
So we're done?
Yes.
All right. The portal flares and shifts rapid different colors. A moment later, sigils for seeking and finding flow over the floor of the lounge. Then they fade. No immediate effect.
She's trying to seek and find that statue.
Whispered voices drift down the halls. Their chanting becomes louder and louder.
Oh.
Agatha Crane covers her ears and starts banging her head against the wall to get the voices out.
I'm going crazy.
Agatha Crane suffers one face-down damage and one horror can negate the horror, but you take the face-down damage regardless.
Just one success for negating.
Well, it's just one horror will negates.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so there you go. All right, back to us. So how about I go first and see?
Sure. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
might
that
be
might give them
nothing
information.
because
Did
I
we
think
look at
that
this?
No, that's presumably the same
Yeah,
thing.
because I might need to look at that after you look at it. It might be
a
like
portrait of
red
an
or-
ancestor of
right.
Lady Helena is hung on the wall. I don't. Would the code be a date? Because this
I'm
was
wondering if it could
obscured.
be.
Wasn't this described as dust obscured?
Yes, but I'm gonna guess that we're gonna have a code portion there and a code portion here.
Okay.
That's
So
fine.
I'm going to just move and look at this.
That
If it's
sounds
a waste, I apologize because maybe
I think it-
maybe the code is
yeah.
behind these doors here or something.
Sounds reasonable though.
I'm for it.
I'm going to search that. You are certain there is something very strange about the depiction of Lady Helena's ancestral coat of arms. I have to roll. Not my
That
best.
must be not my best either.
This is, I get an extra die when resolving a will test, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
I get an extra die when resolving an observation test. I
You need
did
a
not forget
proof of
that.
purchase.
That's not
Here, I'll back that up.
so my will is 4, but now a 5. My observation is 4, but now a 5. But my lore remains 3. Oh, so I've got 1. Your knowledge of English heraldry is too spotty to be of any immediate use.
Okay.
So I did not
So
succeed. Now,
it's got
I could move away, but I don't see the point in moving away unless you want me to move back to neutral.
I think you're
I think
gonna
saying
hit that
that is
again
good.
because I'm gonna hit this one. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna
Okay.
stay here and hit this
This one?
because it seems like the better thing to do.
All right.
Go and get something for myself.
All right. You're going to search that,
Yep.
and something about the portrait strikes you as strange. You tried to study the portrait through the layers of dust and grime. Observation.
Oh, also a 3.
Oh.
Oof, it's a 1.
You don't have the lucky.
I don't have anything yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. The dust agitates your nose, and a fit of sneezing breaks your concentration.
I will search it again. Oh, it starts over. Huh?
Not necessarily. I think it keeps.
It's
track.
observation. Yep.
Same.
Yep.
Another 1.
You realize what is bothering you. The image of a strange gray creature quartered into the coat of arms. Rather than a depiction of an animal, the creature looks more like the image of a stone idol. Gain 2 clues and discard the search token.
That's
Okay, that's
okay. I mean,
not
clues are
what I
worthwhile.
thought was going on, but I'll take
Right.
the clues.
Okay.
Ooh.
There is nothing further learn about this. They mean further to learn about this portrait,
Gotcha.
regardless of which version of it you look at. Discard the search token.
That's very kind of them. Thank you,
Oh.
Cthulhu game, for letting us
So-
know to not waste an action.
So you would have had a thing, or I would have had a thing.
I'm going to finish my movement over there. I had one more point over there.
No. It was nice enough to not waste an action.
Alright.
Well, and you can still get here. So. Yeah. I'm going to attempt to open the unmarked door. Sorry, not on that one. On did you say?
Yeah.
Man, this is tricky.
The hallway is dusty. Old broken furniture litters the floor. This explorer took into place the hall in a door and a wall as indicated.
That's one.
Yeah, so this is probably the 20s or 1900s or something.
Oh,
so that's like 20
Yeah,
40
maybe
years
later.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's gonna go.
Oh yeah, because the door appears there.
It's flipped around, right?
Gotcha.
Oh, there it is.
So we need a door and a wall. Is that a
Yeah.
painting?
So this is a like curio cabinet or something. And then there's a door matching door for there.
That just is that.
Yeah.
And then a door.
Yep. It's black to black.
Yeah, fade to black.
Whatever. Okay. As indicated, a locked desk is pushed against the wall.
I love that we can tell it's locked from.
Its legs have been carved into the shape of frolicking satyrs that are now chipped and worn. The lock on it is rusted shut from years of disuse. Place the search token as indicated.
Okay. If it's rusted, it might be breakable, but less likely by me.
There look to be several loose floorboards in the hall. Perhaps this knowledge will eventually be useful. Place an interact token as indicated.
Okay.
All right. Doors lead from the hall to surrounding rooms. Place explore tokens as indicated.
One more. Oh, I'm sorry. Two more actually. That one and the big one.
The one here.
I guess it'll probably become a door.
Down, it's the other hall in. I bet. More halls.
Some furniture could be used to barricade the door should the need arise.
As
Place
long as it's in
barricade.
the square, it should be fine. We're running a little low on space.
There's furniture in the room.
Yeah. Okay. You may move one space and
Yes. And I have one more action. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that that was described as a door, not an observation, just to look down the hall. I don't think a key would be locked in a chest. That would seem intuitive
not,
to me.
this is a desk, not a chest.
Oh, okay, a desk. Oh, a desk.
So that might have.
Nobody
It
put-
might actually have. Well, and it might have a key.
Nobody puts stuff in a desk.
I don't know that I should be the one to look at it though, because if it's rusty, I'm thinking
You
it's a
need
strength,
strength,
and
yeah.
I've only got 2. Like I've got
Yeah.
clues, but
It's
if I
gonna
don't
be a
roll,
minute before I get there, though.
no, that's okay. I think it would be more beneficial if I start exploring one of the other 3 things on here. How about the exclamation mark? Let me start looking at the floorboards.
There looks to be several large loose floorboards in the hall. Perhaps this knowledge will eventually be useful. You want to search it?
Why is it phrased eventually this will be useful?
It might be a
When
way
you
to
go back to the other
Um,
place.
or it might be a way to provide a distraction. If
Yeah.
something's chasing you.
And my observation's a 4. I don't mind searching, yeah. Okay.
You lift one of the loose floorboards, hoping to find something beneath. You may claim any set-aside possessions and place them in your play area. If there are no set-aside possessions, no immediate effect.
So I could take that? Is that what it means by set aside?
No, there just aren't any set aside possessions.
Okay, so maybe there's another way for you. Oh, you can pass stuff to us, maybe. I bet if you go here, you can set things aside in a little pocket up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Probably not vice versa, but that could be useful.
Okay. So, and it remains because you can go.
Oh
back.
yeah, it's gonna be
Hide it in
hide
the
it
past.
one time and get it in.
Yeah.
Okay, at least we gave
But
some information.
That's the end of your turn.
It is.
And have you done anything?
I did.
I think I was last.
I got 2 clues.
What did I do? Oh, I did.
You
Yeah.
You tried to open that, but didn't.
I failed. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
So
I
Mythos.
opened it,
You succeeded. Got it.
but it wasn't helpful.
No, you got clues.
I mean,
out of
it was a 2 clue, two
Yeah.
actions. For
A
2
loose,
clues.
fluttering page covered in barely legible text catches William York's
What's you? Ooh.
eye. Unable to
I like
resist, he
this where
reads.
it's kinda
William
calls one person out.
Yeah.
William York suffers 2 face-down horror. Lore negates. Keeps getting the door roll.
You need to get a plus lore.
Right.
Ooh, I'm going to.
Or you need me to fight some monsters, is what.
And then he flips one horror face up. I don't have any.
Yay.
Make sure not to take one. Yay. Investigator phase. So you guys cleared out those things, and that's good.
I'm gonna have a waste of a turn, guys.
I think it's an investment.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna come in here and take this. So that's 2 actions. Now the question is, do I stay, hit this on my way out, or do I leave this and come here?
Was that a locked chest, or
It's a locked chest.
But
I don't know if it
I have a
root
fire
open.
extinguisher.
I
I'm tempted to just leave and come, because I can come back in here.
I think I'd rather you like this direction.
So
for
I'll
the
just finish
rusty.
I'll
desk.
just finish my 2
There you
moves.
go. All right. You go ahead and do.
I might I might mess with the big door here.
Sure.
It'll connect, I assume. But yeah, I'll try interacting with that.
Okay.
It feels like you need to come into that unmarked.
This door leads to another room in the estate. You're gonna explore. Okay, so despite the aged plaque on the door, this room appears to be someone's unkempt study.
Oh.
Papers and books are stacked in teetering piles around a water-stained desk. Place the study tile and a door as indicated, and discard all explore tokens leading to it.
So yeah, we got rid of the.
Study.
So it's not the billiards room or whatever.
Flip it around.
It
And then you're
actually
gonna-
has a door.
Well, you're going to place a door.
Gotcha. So
You can
yeah,
place
so
a
we'll
door
leave
right there.
Oh.
So I guess it might have been remodeled into.
And so this is the door that you
This is
opened.
the door that we opened, which
Yeah.
didn't have a door token, which is kind of odd, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
They know we have limited supplies. Okay. Various papers and photographs are pinned against the wall and connected by a faded link with string. Place a
Yeah.
search token as indicated.
Murder board.
Here?
Yellow journal lies open to reveal thin yellowing pages. It appears to have once had a red cover, but it has faded with time. Place a search token as indicated. You may move one space in.
Yes. And I have one more action. This is more intriguing to me, but I don't know.
But can you reach it?
I can't, but I can get there to where I could do it and then move away next turn. But I think maybe I'll just, well, if that's a journal, it might be picking it up, might take an action. I might move here so that way I can pick it up and potentially read it next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, and then you've already gone, so
Yep.
it's too odd.
It is your turn.
So I'm gonna go. There's nothing more for me to do over here, so I'm definitely gonna go there. Now I might as well open this because I can't do anything else, right?
I would think
Right.
that's our best option because we're going to start getting some matching.
And it'll give you a movement, so you might be able to explore beyond here, sort of thing. Or up here. We might want to move down more room for this version too. Okay.
A long hallway stretches before you. Discard this Explore token and place the Hall 2 tile and a wall is indicated.
Oh, Hall 2.
This is a cool scenario. I mean, I've enjoyed everything I've played.
Hall Corner 1, Hall 2.
And it's going to have a this is going to be covered over by a curio cabinet.
All right, curio cabinet. That's this one.
All right.
Goes over that. So it covers the door.
Okay.
So the door doesn't exist.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
You wait until Lady Helena. You wait until Lady Helena returns. I am not afraid of you. The raised voice of a young woman can be heard behind this door. Loud crashes come from the room. Placing Explore token is indicated. So she's saying, "You wait until Lady Helena returns."
Oh, so there might be like a servant.
I'm not afraid of you.
It's like a servant of some sort.
Yeah.
Or a young protege.
A locked desk is on one side of the hall. Its legs have been carved into the shape of frolicking satyrs, but they're not worms.
It's a different location. I like that.
But it's been moved.
It's the same thing.
Okay. And a heavy, beautifully carved bookshelf looms over the hall. Place the search token is indicated.
Interesting. And we know that's a door, so it might be a door here, or it was
Or a secret.
It was remodeled.
Yeah, you remodeled or secret.
Yeah, beautiful bookcase means when you push the button.
One of the floorboards is
And
a little
Frank.
loose. You might be able to hide things underneath it. Place an interact token is indicated.
Nice.
It's a little Anne Frank action going on.
And this door has a plaque that says billiards room. Place an Explore token as indicated. Right there.
Good.
Both of these will lead to the billiard.
Yeah.
For me, for you, this goes to the billiards room, which is.
Well, it was this one that said billiards room,
But
so
I
think it's remodeled or repurposed.
Yeah, so it's no longer billiards room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, speaking of remodeling, we don't seem to have a door on your side.
Nope.
That is a true statement.
Okay, well that means that would be
But
interesting.
we don't have. But we don't have a door there. He does.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
But
Interesting.
that is how the way it's set. So.
Yeah.
Some of the furniture here could be used to barricade the door, so we have another barricade option. Yeah, over here. And we move a space. So I'm just gonna compare the maps. Yeah, so your door is over here. Okay. My door is over here.
I wonder
Yeah.
if that could be a limitation of how many
Yeah.
doors we have too.
Well, we have. Yeah. Who knows?
And Cthulhu.
It could just be.
So
More remodeling.
Do I any reason that I shouldn't just free move into here?
I like that idea. It'll give you options of maybe messing with the desk.
Because we know that's a
later.
knife, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what that room goes to, but presumably, well, both of these presumably go to the billiard rooms. But these are both always in the same room, so there's no reason to be here and go through it that way.
Right. Yeah, the knife would be the only thing.
But I have moved, explored, so I'm done. Okay.
Nice.
We're all done, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The disembodied voice echoes through the house. Snooping around, huh? Let's see how well you deal with this. Spawn a hunting horror as indicated.
Hunting horror.
Hunting horror.
These guys.
I think. Should say.
No, that's a deep one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think they're the
Hunting
snakes.
horror than this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to go here.
Perfect. I was hoping that something would get between me and you.
The portal flares and shifts rapid different colors, no immediate effect. So we basically have two events. We have the regular event and we have the portal event.
Gotcha.
The corridor stretches on forever, lined with countless doors. This mythos event affects the investigator in an alley or hall who has suffered the most horror.
Yeah, I'm not in a hall. I'm in a study. I think you're the only one in a hall. Is that a hall?
Nope.
So it's just me.
Oh wait,
So
it does say hall. Or wait a minute, interior hall. Yeah,
Entrance hall. So it's you or I.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, damage or horror?
horror.
Yeah.
I'll give it.
Well, I roll an extra on will test. So I roll 5 on will.
You know, take it.
That might
And
be.
you
I
got-
have Holocaust.
So you have 2 more horror than me.
Yeah, so I'll take it.
Okay. I'll take your damage for you.
I wouldn't
You-
mind rolling it if I could.
You open door after door trying to find your way. Will min 1, so I'm going to roll 5.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
1. You find yourself back where you started. Okay. A hunting horror moves 3 spaces toward the investigator within range with the lowest agility.
That would be me.
But
1, 2, 3.
Well, towards the investigator within range.
I mean, if it's moving 3.
what is the range of the?
Well, range is typically within range means not through doorways, means 3 connected spaces through windows but not doorways.
But these are all doorways.
Neither of you are within range,
That's true.
so you can decide which direction he's going to move.
Wait a minute. Wait, does he have to move through a doorway though?
Well, he's moving towards an investigator within range, but so he's going to move towards you, and he's moving 3 spaces.
Okay.
He's moving toward,
Yeah, bring it on. Any attacks?
It says with the lowest agility. Who has the lowest agility?
Well, that would be him, but
Yeah. I'm okay interpreting it that way. I mean, because he has to move through a door either way. I don't know how that
Go ahead.
works.
We'll kill you off and call it.
Right.
Monster attacks. The creature moves with alarming speed, lashing toward you with a single motion of its hideous black wings. Suffer 2 damage, agility negates.
Yeah.
What are you rolling?
3. No.
2 damage.
2 face-up damage.
Alright.
Ooh, face up?
Yep.
Only a flesh wound, no additional effect with it face down. I'll have to mix those, but I'll wait until I need to. No additional effect with this face down, so I've got.
Did you mix those?
Each investigator must resolve a horror check. That's going to be
Me.
Yep. And you'll get a clue out of it. But
Yeah, I should be good with horror.
the creature rattles deep in its throat and begins to speak in clear, unambiguous words. The last words of its many victims, one after the other. Suffer 3 horror will negates.
Okay. That can do it.
Okay, because it'd be face up, yeah.
I'll spend.
But you get a clue.
Oh, true. I get
It's
what's
a horror check.
Yep. Cool.
So it is investigator phase again.
Well, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I might. I'll do shriveling.
Because I can't do anything but get close. That's all I can do.
You could get close and shoot, maybe.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can get to there.
Yeah, that might be better than.
Buffy's looking
Spending
over
the
the
extra to
door
get
like,
you
I
into
know you're
there.
supposed to draw the ball.
Yeah, I would have liked it to. All things being equal.
Yeah.
Although that horror was helpful for you.
It was, yeah, I don't mind the horror checks, but the 2 damage was really rough.
You're shrewing it?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get.
Okay. It has 10 hit points.
Yeah, I wish you would have stayed here. Because if you would have stayed here,
That's
we-
5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I moved 1 less, it would have been easier.
because then I could have traded you this thing, and it would have helped you with the
Okay,
spell.
but you
right.
attack with stuff.
Yes.
You begin reciting the incantation, but with each proceeding syllable, some force in your mind wills you to stop. You do your best to push past the impulse. Will men too. Okay.
I'll do it. I'll spend those.
Okay. You complete the chant, power welling up from you and lashing out at the creature. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test result.
5. The next thing is monster suffers 1 additional damage, then suffer 1 face down corner. I think that these are different, but I just keep getting the same one.
By the way, this creature is flying, so that he can move through impassable borders, so he can basically fly through windows and stuff like that.
We're dead now, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
But when you bring them out, you're always supposed to check if they have a special ability, but most of them don't, but that one does. Okay.
Michael gains a clue.
Oh, yeah, I did it for you, please.
Because of the disturbance in the forest.
Because of my efforts in the past.
Alright, if you could pick a random for me.
Well, presumably I get clues because you tell me about the encounter, and then I'm logging the notes of
You're journaling.
yeah, journaling. Oh, well, that's how you defeat that thing. Oh, okay. Got it.
Hey, Yorick. How can you hear me that far away from our portal?
Because you just yell.
I have one.
It said
action
specifically that we can
we can
communicate
communicate.
and hear each other.
I'll use my other action to do that. They're strong. I love it.
Full on pepper.
Yeah, I really like it. Yellow journal lies open on the desk. It appears to have once had a red cover that has since faded with age. Search. The journal is immensely old, and the pages thin and fragile under your touch. Gain the old journal unique item. Then discard the search token. The investigator holding the old journal may read it using the app.
Cool. I'm presuming that takes an action, right?
Oh, yeah, deal with that.
So I won't be able to do that if that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll do it a future turn.
Do you want to go and see if there's? You want to invest? Are you going to investigate that little portal situation?
Well, we know what this is. This is where I can hide items.
But do we know how it?
I think it would take an action to drop.
Any number of items.
One or multiple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
And I don't think anything's important enough.
No, right. We don't have anything
yet.
to drop yet, anyway.
I mean, I could give you my flesh ward and holy cross.
I mean,
No, but
flesh ward would be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay if you want to keep exploring for now.
yeah, why don't you explore something first? Because I might need to explore something. Counter.
Well, and if you
I mean, I could
somewhere
get to
along
there
here,
or here.
Yeah, originally I liked the idea of you beating that, but if you get somewhere along here, I can also trade with you.
Right.
And by trade, I mean just take from you.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Do you want me to? I can do this one, or I can move and do this one. This is the bookshelf. This is the locked desk.
Why don't you do the
Ooh,
desk?
the
Because
desk.
this desk exists here.
Yeah, that.
So
that
if
could
you
be
gather
information.
something and it gets rid of this one, that like mine did,
Yeah, that could save some.
or if you fail at it and then I take it, then it okay. Because we have the same desk, clearly.
You realize the lock is fragile.
Oh,
It'd be just as easy to force the thing open as it would be to pick the lock. So I could either force the desk open or pick the lock. I'm going to pick the lock because,
Oh, okay.
well, my strength is 4 and my agility is 3, so I might want to force it if it's an unmodified roll. But if it's an observation, then I'm not. What do you think? Is it going to be agility or observation?
I think it's going to be agility.
Okay, then I'm going to try to. You attempt to pry up the lid. Strength. So I need to roll 4. I will burn 2 just to be safe.
Nice.
So that's a 3. If 2 might probably would have done it, but
Yeah.
Here.
It's all right. That's
Um,
all right.
with the painful clicking sound, the lid lifts, part of the lock dangling uselessly downward. Inside you find household expense documents kept by one of the staff. Underneath there are several reports of strange figures being sighted around the estate. It appears Lady Helena was being watched for at least several weeks. Gained 2 clues.
Oh.
The 2 that I spent. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Discard the circuit.
Okay, here comes the moment of truth.
I had no effect.
No effect on the other side. Interesting. But I wonder if.
That's weird.
So something else in the future appears on your desk.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
That's actually
basically I could either put something in here for you guys, or I can move,
What is
Or I
the
could-
flesh ward?
or I could do that.
Yeah, true.
This is you or another investigator within range to card 1 damage.
That might actually be worth it for me. Because I'm at 3 out of 5 damage.
Okay.
What the heck?
Yeah, an action hide. Pry the floorboard up with relative ease. Revealing a good hiding place beneath. You may set aside any of your possessions. Possession is any component that can be dropped, picked up, or traded. Yeah, so it's items and stuff. So set aside. You may set aside any of your possessions. So for 1 action, as much as I want. Place it near the play area. Okay.
So set aside or literally
Yeah.
put it aside.
Yeah. Flesh ward for sure.
I would say keep whatever helps with your investigations. Because since it's a one-way, if we really need something later, we could burn more actions to send it to us, but we can't send stuff to you yet.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't send stuff to you. All right. So,
Does anyone, either of you particularly weak in will?
I'm decent, I'm 4.
I've got one.
Okay, then I'll keep it. Okay. That was me.
Nice. You're the last one done.
All right.
I see several good options.
Yeah. I mean, look. Here's the thing. If I go to the desk, I will get probably 2 tokens.
No, we didn't.
Maybe a piece, though.
We didn't try this.
That's true.
It's a code. That might just be a puzzle. It might be just so many attempts. It might be like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It might be like that other puzzle where.
Look at this for me. See what it says. Click on it.
A safe is done well. The dial on it goes from 0 to 100. You cannot break into it using your normal means. Instead, you will need to know the combination to the safe inside. It's an action to input the combination. But I wonder if it takes you to a puzzle.
It could, but the phrasing of
I
we
think
need to know the code makes me lean more towards maybe a little bit more exploration or exploration first. But I'm fine with. I mean, it's your
All right.
version,
I'm okay.
But I
That locked chest still intrigues me,
Yeah.
and I kind of hate to walk away from it because this seems to be a bit of searching and searching and searching.
Mm-hmm.
and it's locked in the area.
You might have busted it open just like I busted open mine.
All right.
Right.
I think I'm just gonna go over there and unlock that chest. Okay. So I'm gonna go here and do that chest, which is a shame because I was already there. If I can.
You poke around and find mostly junk. Oh, let me just look through. But the lock chest intrigues you. Unfortunately, the mechanism is rather complex. Tap to attempt the puzzle using agility.
Oh, agility, nice. There you go.
I have a 4 agility. Oh, that's just the things.
Mhm.
Okay, so
You have 4 moves for this section. Your agility.
That one looks more complex.
this goes down.
Okay.
That comes over to 3. Maybe I didn't do that so well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're okay. So yeah, 4. So one more action and you'll have it then.
Yeah, but I don't
Okay.
have another action because I left the room.
Right.
All right.
I'll just stay.
We're done.
Yeah.
The lights flicker, then die. Place darkness in each space in the small bedroom. 1. Small bedroom 1.
What is the small bedroom? Warehouse, hall, study. What is that? Lounge? We don't have a small bedroom. Oh, small bedroom 1. That's me. That's where I am.
Oh, you don't have a light source.
Put it in small bedroom 1.
Yep. Okay. This mythos event affects each investigator in the small bedroom 1. So you.
Yeah.
The sudden darkness is overwhelming and you find yourself completely blind. Will men 1.
Little is 4.
Yep.
1.
You force yourself to press on using your memory of the room to navigate. Yep. Sit. But there's a rule about darkness you might want to look up because you don't have a light source.
Don't have a light source. Oh, because there's nothing on the board. That's why I was like, why did I go into this? Damn it, darkness.
An investigator in a space containing darkness cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. I forgot that that's an option to do.
Oh, yeah.
The way he doesn't have enough to have been able to complete it.
Right,
But
but you can still attempt the puzzle. You just can't use clues. That's the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do it. I just can't use clues.
Right. To do additional puzzle steps.
Nothing.
Is it an investigator phase? Like that was all the mythos phase did.
Yeah, that was it.
I guess, but it didn't end it. It didn't end it.
Yeah, because it did. It gave us the picture of the 3 people.
Oh, it did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
All right, so I can still try to solve that in the
Yeah,
dark. Let me finish that.
All right.
Yeah, you might find something good in there, given that.
And it is my agility, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
All right.
I mean, I'll just feel around and see what it is.
Yeah.
An old thin tome on a dust velvet pillow is the sole thing inside. You page through it and find a collection of regional folk tales. There's one that even relates to Lady Helena's pen. Years back, the tale goes, The current lord tricked the fairy into giving him a token from its homeland. The token was a small stone statue that gave the lord great but unspecified powers.
Cool.
The book is old, but why would someone go through the trouble of protecting it so thoroughly? Gain 2 clues and discard the circular.
All right. Well, you would have thought
So now we
had to
know
go
what
on.
the stone statue is that they're searching.
It's a what? It's a
It was from a fairy, right?
yeah.
All right. So that was one to move. Oh, that was my
That was one action.
one
Yeah.
action. So I'll just move out. One.
Oh, you can't move out of a room of darkness. You don't light. You just walk into the walls.
That's not true. I can't do other things. But I can escape.
I'll walk and interact with the floorboards.
You may claim any set-aside possessions and place them in your play area.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks, Michael. I yelled to the fist-sized
Yeah.
portal in the other room.
You're welcome, future you. You are the oldest bitch I know.
I'm gonna look at some stock tips for 20 years from now.
You were already the oldest bitch I knew before you
Yeah.
even stepped through the
Hey.
portal.
All right, listen, we're trying to give you stock tips, dude.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's us. What's
We're done.
what's past Michael gonna do? Have done.
Yeah. What am I gonna do?
Well, is he past or is he present and we're future?
Yeah, I think we're future. This is our base timeline.
Yeah. Do I open that door, or do I just come over here and search this bookcase?
No wonder this thing takes like 7 hours. It's just a lot of
Lots
looking.
of exploration, yeah.
I'm gonna come over here and do the bookcase.
Do it. Book that case. Case that book. Case it up.
A heavy, beautifully carved bookshelf looms over the hall. I'm gonna search it. At an initial glance, you find nothing more interesting than an outdated encyclopedia set. However, you notice small cracks in the wall surrounding the bookshelf, as though something behind is putting great strain on the wall. You attempt to push the heavy shelf aside, so it's a spring check. Darn it.
Okay,
I got
you're
my
decent at
stool.
that.
We need to find this code.
Well, it might be in the secret room, though. I mean, I feel like there might be something important back there.
Oh. Well, do
I don't-
one.
I think one is going to do it.
No, but it might reduce it next time.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all.
It is
conversions,
enormously
but
heavy, and you
yeah.
struggle to move it at all. Okay. And so, but
That
I
was
move.
both of your turns.
I have one more movement point, but I'm not gonna. I don't think I need to move away.
Don't move away. Stand perfectly still. Don't look it in its eyes.
Mythos phase. Everybody's done everything.
Yes. Movement-based hunting vision.
A sudden shrill scream is followed by a thud. Though the occasional crash still comes from this room, the noises have mostly stopped.
Uh-oh. The servant dead.
The spectral figure of a maid rises up from the floorboards. Her face is twisted into one of anguish, spawn a ghost as indicated.
Oh, she died here, and now we have to
Now
fight
we have
her.
to fight her. Where
Dang.
does she show up?
Dang.
Right here?
Yep,
In this room where
Yeah.
you are.
because I didn't get to her in time. I didn't pay attention to her. She was struggling on the other side.
I just thought she was trapped. I didn't think she was being.
What, she was yelling at somebody.
The
I guess.
portal flares and shifts rapid different colors. A moment later, sigils for seeking and finding flow over the floor of the hall. Then they fade, no immediate effect. Alright, we're running out of our time, and we gotta get
Yeah.
her. A strange vaporous color fills the air. This mythos event affects each investigator in the hall end.
That's here.
I'm there, yeah.
This is this hall.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's gonna be a lot of Garrett happening now.
The foul mist invades your every thought. Become dazed.
I forgot what that does. I have no clues, so that might not matter. Yeah, I can't spend clues.
You wonder where the fog came from and what it is. Lore Min 1.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. You recall a story you once heard and cover your mouth until the color leaves. Okay. The ghost moves up to one space. No, they don't. Okay, so he's going to attack you, Miss Agatha Harkness. Spirit discloses a piece of forgotten truth in exchange for your darkest secret. Will Men 2.
Alright, I have no clues. 1, so I failed.
Okay. The spirit draws your secrets from the depths of your mind. Flip 2 horror face up and become dazed.
I'm already dazed. Kleptomaniac, keep face up. Whenever you end your turn in the space with another investigator, pick one item at random from another investigator in your space.
Well, shoot.
And no additional effect, flip this face down.
Alright.
Alright, is this a different room here? This is a doorway?
Yeah. So now you're going to have to do a horror check.
Okay.
The hungry spirit demands your attention. Suffer 3 face down horror. Influence negates.
I'm gonna fail this, but I can withstand the face down horror. Barely. Yeah, 1, so I so I take 2
face
face
down horror.
How do we get rid of your horror?
I don't think we can.
If you suffer 1 or more horror, the apparition seems to have a grip on your soul, becomes stunned.
So, man, it's not good. I'm going to die.
Michael, why did you not help this poor girl?
Because I'm a horrible person, I went and checked out a bookcase instead.
I was busy checking out a bookcase, and weekly at best.
I can only do 1 action next turn, but then that'll go away.
Alright, so when does this kleptomania thing take effect?
Whenever I end my turn in the space with another investigator. So when
And
I end my turn.
And it is choose at random, or?
Yeah,
and it's basically for the rest of the game.
Unless there's a way to
There are ways
do
to.
that, but yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, you get a clue because you did a horror check.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Can't use it. Oh wait, how long is the
That'll
day?
go at the end of my turn. That'll go away.
Was that not?
And you can only do 1 action anyway, which
Yeah. It'll be a shriveling.
Do you want to go ahead and do some attacking and see what happens?
Yeah, I'll do a shriveling.
he's got a health of 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attack it. Shriveling.
You close your eyes and mutter the words of the incantation, trying to ignore the fact that you can still see the spirit clearly. Will Men 2.
Got
it.
Alright, because you can't. It's been right. The curse racks the apparition's form with waves of agony. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. Flip the spell.
You see, as you lower your hand, I got a different one now. You see a putrid sore on your palm, suffer 1 face down damage, then discard this card and gain another shriveling spell. Well, the other one was better. But then these 2 will go away, and we'll get a new shriveling.
Okay. So
at least when I get injured.
No, the problem is that you can't do anything but fight him again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be attacked again. Yeah.
unless Dawn goes in there.
Well, I could go in there, but like you have a second. That's your first action.
No, he only gets 1 action.
Oh, you only get 1 action.
That's his whole turn.
Crud. All right, I'm gonna lose something, but that's all right. Maybe we can trade it or something. All right, I'll just come in and hit him with the.
Well, if you're going to do range, do you have to be there? Or can you just?
Can I shoot through a door?
Yes.
No, but if I leave here, I'm evading.
You'll have, but you can attempt it.
All right.
Worst case scenario is you stay where you
I
are.
think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'll let him steal whatever he wants. We're good. We're tight like that. If it's,
When does
if
it?
it's the wrong thing, we
is
can
that the
trade
end
back.
of your turn or end of?
It's at the whenever I end my turn in that space with another.
I mean, I also have.
Whenever
another-
you
probably
end your
would.
turn.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
can move across.
Yeah.
Like,
But also, I
like
already ended
my,
my turn.
I have 3 moves.
Yeah.
3 steps. I took 1 step in.
You're gonna attack. and
If
then
I
you
bash
can
it,
move.
I'm going to bash it with a heavy weapon.
All right. Yeah, because it only takes that thing. only
If I
takes
can
effect
get
in
it,
there, so-
then I can take 1 more step out of your space, and then we're not in the same thing together.
Attack with heavy weapon.
Yep.
Weapon passes harmlessly through the spirit, but
Great.
the apparition wails in dismay as you crush some forgotten curio in your zeal.
Oh.
Lure men too.
Oh no, war.
Yeah, it's a go. So heavy weapon is not as good as spells.
Yeah.
And this is phasing. The monster can move through impassable borders and walls. So you can just.
What do I need? Men too?
Oh yeah.
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 I got it.
Ooh.
You swing your weapon about, smashing every knickknack and memento you can find. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result plus 1.
Oh.
That's a 3.
Nice.
Discarding. And I get a clue.
Nice.
She knows how to swing.
Destroy those knickknacks.
All right, and then with the other parts of my steps, I'm going to just step over here.
Yep. All right.
Or do I want to go here? What is this thing? Yeah, actually, I'll go here. With my second half of that.
That was
Let's be on the other side of the door.
various papers and photographs. That's the murder board.
Yeah, I'll go look at that later on.
I haven't gone yet, correct?
Yes, you did.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because
No.
at the end
right.
of last turn.
Because
no,
we
you're
started with you because
Yeah.
he appeared and there was
I
a
wish it had a way to track that in there a little better.
Yeah.
Like, if you could just click on a person.
All right. At least record. Oh, I moved.
Exactly. Yeah. It's at least doable to look up. Yeah.
Hey, why don't you go in that room and see if something's wrong with that maid?
I think he's gonna find a corpse.
You're going to try to.
I'm going to attempt this bookshelf again.
All right. If you say so.
At initial glance, you find nothing more interesting than an outdated encyclopedia set. However, you notice small cracks in the wall surrounding the bookshelf. So something behind it's been putting great strain on the wall. You attempt to push it into the shelf. Okay. So I'm going to roll strength 3. Oh, I rolled 4. Strength 4. I will spend the clue.
Nice.
And
Especially if that keeps the one from last time too.
Let's hope this works.
there we go.
Hey!
You manage to pull the shelf away from the wall with a loud creaking sound. Behind is a doorway through which you can see a long forgotten office. Discard the search token and place the office tile as indicated.
Library. Oh. Billiards room.
I think I know where that's gonna appear.
It's going to have a floor sort like this.
Bedroom.
I think that might be it.
Office.
Okay. Search token. An old piece of parchment is nailed to the opposite wall. Place the search token is indicated. Okay. And an archaic lockbox covered in strange runes sits on the rotting desk. Place the search token is indicated.
The desk is right there. That's the desk.
I'm in move a space.
They weirdly put it in the chair.
So I'm going to. I was only one there, right? And then I move here, so I'm going to search that. Okay.
Nice. I'm guessing it's a spell, but maybe it'll be a combo.
The ancient parchment is yellow and almost illegible. The writing is definitely English, but it is from a time when the language and its writing was quite different, making it hard to interpret.
Like 1942.
So this is a lore. Well, that's in the future.
I know. You have an extra? No, lore is not your extra.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah.
You decipher the old text. I have hidden away that accursed idol of which my son's wife was so fond. That an heirloom of my house would be so evilly used plagues me. None but my blood shall ever find it again, though the totem appears on our arms no less than 4 times. Ooh. Let it become mystery to those unworthy of its power. Gain the conclusive evidence you need totem and 2 clues.
Inclusive evidence.
So it said it appears on our arms
4 times.
no less than 4
No less
times.
than- Okay, yeah.
No less than, so at least 4 times. Remember, you saw something. You saw like the arms, and it had like one.
Like
You
coat of
saw
arms.
one picture of.
I think Don noticed that. I think there. Right. That was the
That sounds right. All right. Is that all? Yep.
That was all of us.
You know what's interesting? This game is like compared to some of the other games, is a little stingy compared to like.
For the items.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're predetermined.
Predetermined and a little
and in specific locations.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
So we won't ever end up with a politician with a chainsaw.
Right. Yeah. Well, or a kind of a
really beefed up. Well,
Yeah.
Michael's got pretty.
We
good,
need to find
which is
something.
good.
We need to do something to get rid of some of your damage. and
On
horror.
my next turn, if I'm still alive, I'll try flesh wood. That should
All
at
right.
least
Hey, do
heal something.
you steal anything? To the end of your turn yet?
Yep.
You've already-
I don't see anything.
Good.
My turn is already over.
I know.
Okay, mythos events.
I'm sure something will pop in there and try to kill.
The cry of a terrible creature echoes through the house. Spawn a hunting horror as indicated.
Hunting horror. That's this guy, right?
Yep.
Where did it go?
Right, close to me.
All right.
I'm gonna die.
Creatures fill the air, wispy and floating aimlessly. This mythos event affects each investigator in the office. That would be me.
That would be you.
Trying to catch them is tempting, but the capricious wisp evade capture. To will men 2, I roll 5 on will. Because I have the whole cross. I'm gonna pass. The tiny beings fade from existence. Okay. The hunting horror moves 3 spaces toward the investigator within range with the highest strength.
Oh, that would be me.
Yes, and he does have a path to you.
He has a path, so he is now in this room. Okay.
And attacks that investigator. Beast flies to the left and suddenly reverses direction, lashing out with its many black limbs. Suffer 3 damage. Agility +1 negates.
Oh, nice. And you have the lucky cigarette case.
So wait, this is still from the previous
One per round.
But this round is part of the last round, right?
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah.
So that because I don't want to use it, I don't have to.
Gotcha.
And I need what?
3.
Well, this is the mythos space.
Yeah,
so
but
this is the end
of the round.
End of the round.
And it's 3, right?
Yeah.
It's 3, so I need to spend 1.
There you go.
3. That does.
Okay. All right. Then you wait a minute. Only you will do a horror because there is a doorway.
There's a doorway there.
Okay. Wait, so you won't get a clue because
That's okay. Yeah.
He's alright with that.
the creature vanishes from sight. You look around anxiously until a heavy drop of greenish gray fluid drips onto your shoulder, alien style.
Yeah.
You look up to see the beast prepare for another meal. Suffer 2 horror. Observation plus 1 negates.
Observation plus 1. Not my favorite.
How much?
It's 2 face-up horror.
I mean, you could spend your 2 clues.
So I need 2, right?
Yeah.
Or you can take one of them or whatever you want.
It's face up?
Yeah.
No, I'll spend it.
Okay, so you avoid it. So Garrett's the only one that's got anything going on.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's gonna end the scenario for us.
I'm trying to do something to kind of protect that.
Typical, glass cannon mage.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
All right. And Mythos phase.
Oh. So, remember when that said if you're in the room with it, that the weapons roll an extra die?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's always.
Oh wait, sorry, for what?
When I did the weapon, when I did the gun,
Oh yeah.
it was.
It might happen frequently, but probably not all the time.
So I don't know what's going to be stronger, hitting them with the fire extinguisher or taking a chance and see if the firearm, because the firearm will do 4 damage if it uses the damage here.
Right.
But
if it's not just your
last time it only was the roll,
Yeah.
but it added another one if you were in the same space.
You could do it for science.
Yeah, do I need to go ahead and attack this thing now so we can know
Probably.
what's going on?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to attack with a firearm.
Attack with fire. You scramble upwards, looking for a clean angle for a desperate shot at the thing's most sensitive spot. Agility plus 1.
Ooh. Although I do think when it gives you the pluses, I think that it might give you less damage.
That's a 4.
Okay, it suffers damage equal to the results. So
Okay.
that's 4 of the 5 needed. It's 1 shy of dead.
I will just do the same. No, yeah. Yeah, let's do the same thing and see if it's consistent.
You're going to attack with firearm again?
Yeah.
For science.
You shoot and miss.
Of course.
In your haste to draw your weapon, you fumble and it clatters to the ground. You scramble to retrieve it in time. Agility min 2.
Oh no.
No.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a new round,
Yep.
but you've now used it. Okay. You dive for the firearm, roll onto your back, and open fire from your position on the ground. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage.
That would be a 4.
Okay. Yeah, no +1 for being in the same space. So that might have been a special.
Yeah. So we're getting info. We're getting info about this.
I get a clue.
Here, have a clue.
I need the clues.
Have a clue for all the work I just did.
This is why I picked this guy, because
Yeah,
he really
he's
is.
great.
He is really.
But I
Yeah.
didn't get anything done,
Clue
unfortunately.
Yeah. I could do some flesh ward.
Yeah, do
I
that.
or another investigator within range discard 1 damage. I don't know what that is. Actually, I'll just stick it randomly in the middle for maximum reshuffle. And then flip this card. This is an action, so the strange energy lingers as the spell resolves. Lore of 3. I have 5.
That's Lorman 3 or something?
Yeah. Oh. I can't beat that even if I spend my 1. If I pass,
you fail,
if I
so.
fail, the energy dissipates with 1 horror face up.
Uh-oh.
And then I discard it. No additional effect with this face now.
Ooh, you got lucky on
If you
that.
don't mind randomizing
You got
those.
lucky on that one. Are you going to do it again? Are you going to flesh forward again?
I
Or do
might
something
read
useful.
the old journal because I haven't done that since picking it up yet. Because
Alright.
we've been constantly.
Is that what you're doing? Is that your choice?
Yes.
Look for the mix.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're reading the old journal. Inside the fragile pages, you recognize at least a dozen unique handwritings. It appears that though this book started as someone's occult journal, generations of the person's family have added and modified to it, creating a book that is truly packed with dangerous knowledges. Apparently knowledge is the plural knowledge. The most recent
1 unit of knowledge, please.
the most recent entries all have to do with spells that bend and twist time to one's will. A note tucked inside the pages tumbles out. Elizabeth, the note begins. This book will be your only inheritance from this house. Take it in these forbidden magics and get out. Gain 2 clues.
That's going to be helpful.
Elizabeth is who's borrowing
Yeah,
her body, right?
she's our antagonist, yes.
Yes.
I think there might be time travel involved.
Yeah.
Alright.
and there was no further, so I don't.
Oh, no more. Okay, cool.
Where are
yeah,
the?
you're done.
Okay, that's good to know.
Where are the? What do they
I
call
was
them?
hoping to get a date out of it, though. I was hoping to get a
Yeah, I know.
significant number.
I haven't gotten the code yet.
I would not need the other one.
Well, I can move over here because I haven't gone yet this round and go over there and see if we
Yeah.
gotta find a code somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna look on the wall of things. But
If you can avoid being attacked.
I can't one round.
I'm moving and I'm searching.
Yeah, hopefully we get a brief respite or something.
You attempt to decipher the runes to open the lockbox. Tap to attempt the puzzle using more. Oh shit! I'm gonna.
Oh,
Oh, it's one of these. Okay. So we're just gonna do all green, right? And see how many.
How
green
many,
there are.
how many guesses do you get?
3.
Oh, I can spend clues for guesses though.
Oh, that's true. Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Right.
So then orange, 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 orange. 3 in the correct spot. So it is 3 orange.
And one is a red or a blue.
I
so
would do orange, either red or blue.
just break up the oranges a little, and then 2
Whichever
more
one,
orange.
and then 2 orange.
So there's.
That'll let us know the spaces and the. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's not the right space.
But we got all
it is
4
the
correct
color.
colors.
Yeah.
Right. So we know this, that the first, well, we know this is an orange.
Yep.
And we know that the blue
The
is.
blue is somewhere else. So at most, you could spend 3 clues and guarantee it. So if you do one
Okay.
at a time.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then, so we think it's.
Could be blue, orange, or. Yeah, orange is in one of those. I'm sorry, blue is in one of those 3 other spaces.
Okay, so blue, orange, orange, orange.
Nice. I was thinking it was in 3rd though. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad you
what am I
went
doing?
with what you were guessing.
I kind of was with you.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be more broken up.
I thought it would be broken up, but I don't like it.
Oh, wait, I've got it. Inside the box is a tarnished silver key.
Oh.
Why was this hidden away? Gain the silver key, unique item, then discard the certificate.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get this to you guys and see if it will open that door. But I think this door was described as golden, so I think it might still be.
I think it's
unique
that.
It might be that. Yeah.
But I don't know what the silver key is going to unlock. But
Nicely done. That removes the
Yeah.
distraction, right?
Yep.
Now, it's a little frustrating because
so if I need to come over here,
Probably not. I mean, we could see where.
well,
you go
here's the
after
thing: if I
this.
give you the silver key and it ends up unlocking something in my time period, then it's cool.
That's true. I would hope that the game wouldn't treat us like that, though.
I think.
Although, time travel wise, like I know it won't let us send things back, but if it were to screw us that way, I could see us rolling it back and like, oh, we don't take that, because if
theoretically, you could take
Right.
it back
Could-
as long as you leave
But
it again later.
what did this
sort of
say?
thing.
What did that say before?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we can.
I mean, it
read
kind of
that.
had it on its thing. It said it required. That's on the
That
warehouse
was the
side.
numbers. It was a dial. Yeah, that's not a key.
The
Alright.
safe is built into the wall, right? So, but we saw her put a key into the safe.
Oh, she put a key in there.
Yeah. And the thing is this door is described as golden fixtures on the door glint in the dim light. So I've got a silver key, but this is a golden door.
Yeah.
And I thought this was described as she put like a golden key.
It probably was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because I think she locked her in and just went over here and put
Right,
the key in the safe. So
All right, let's hold on to it then. Well, it doesn't matter because where are we turn wise? That's the end.
That's
or
the end.
You don't have a turn because you
Right.
did your.
My gold rep is.
Yeah.
what time is it?
It's 8:30.
Oh, it's only 8:30.
We might knock this out.
I mean, we're killing it. Unless my.
I'm
unless
almost
my-
dead.
It just felt like it'd been.
We've done a lot. Like I like how big this.
I mean,
map
it's
is
mostly
and a lot of
searching.
exploration. Yeah,
You do a lot of searching.
yeah. But
Well,
we've done a lot of fighting too.
Yeah.
look at the corpses.
Okay.
Michael's oohing. Didn't think you were about to be in trouble.
Time to pack up the game.
Skittering and creeping, 100,000 spiders emerge from their hiding places. Rita Young scrambles to avoid the worst of their bites. Agility men too.
Agility, which is 4. Got it.
Okay. She receives only a trace of their strange venom, but the experience is traumatizing. Rita Young suffers one face-down horror and becomes dazed. That's for passive.
Face down.
That's for passing. Great.
Yeah.
Dazed just means you can't spend clues.
Yeah, you would not have wanted
next
to fail.
But I can use this, right? The cigarette case.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it just says you can't spend clues, but then that
That
turns it into.
Turns it, converts it.
Yeah.
That's back to investigator phase.
All right.
Okay,
this
that was
is
actually kind of nice to us. Huh?
Okay. 1, 2. I need. Well, if you guys don't want to go before me, because most I can do is like open this door, which is going to have a dead nurse.
Yeah. I kind of don't think anything important would be back there because I think the important thing would be saving her time or whatever.
I'm gonna look at this and go that way. I guess.
I
Go
like-
somewhere
I
you're
like
not.
that idea.
I don't- Like I can't do this. I can't do any of these for free. It takes an action.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
can move in here and look and go through, or I could just do this.
I think interacting with the one that you have. It might give us
Various
some-
papers and photographs are pinned. Okay, you're going to search them.
Looking for a number.
It is hard to make sense of the sheer volume of information. You try to put yourself in the shoes of the person who constructed it. Tap to attempt the puzzle using influence.
Oh my gosh, influence! I'm so good at that.
What is your influence?
2.
Oh
Oh,
dang.
It's a slide, and you've
Oh.
got 2 moves.
I don't.
I was thinking because I thought it was going to be one of those. I thought it was a roll.
So I don't understand what the. So this person goes next to here.
Yeah.
This person goes up here. And then I don't know what. This comes down and touches. Could be. Oh, this goes here. These two switch. Or no, this one goes here. This one goes there. So what is this? Is it just tap them and they switch?
I think
you,
to
you
adjacent.
slide it. Yeah, you have to be adjacent.
There's no. There's no empty place to move.
Right.
No,
I
you
think
just
two get
move
swapped
it and they swap.
if they're adjacent.
Oh.
And that counts as 1 move. You swapping 2 counts as 1 move.
This
Yeah, they're
is on
lined
the
up.
bottom right here,
Gotcha.
and this one I think is on the top. Well, no. This goes here, so this one's in the corner.
Okay.
I know. I was just double checking to make sure I see if I could do it. So this one is going to go down here, but probably over there. Oops.
I think you have to slide, yeah.
Alright, let me just see if it will. Nope. No. So this one's going to go there. But then go here. I think that's the best I can do.
Yeah, I think so.
And then that person goes there. And then that stays here. This one goes there.
And those two swap.
So this maybe goes over there. Oh no, this one goes up there. Oof, that's not good.
Yeah, we've got a bunch more
Yeah, it's a lot of
turns for that.
Okay.
That takes lore.
It
Or
takes
they influence. Mine's a 3. Mine's not that much better.
influence. But now we know. I guess maybe.
That was your first action, right?
Oh yeah, that was my first.
So you could do 2 more if you would like to.
One more. Do 2 more.
Well, 2 more moves, yeah.
All right. So. Is this on the bottom wall? Yeah, I think it is. Don't you, or is that up on the top? No, this has to be the bottom. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this and that.
Nice. That's it.
Then this one needs to come back down, and that one needs to come down, and then these need to slide over.
Yeah.
Right? Because if these 2 come down, 1, 2, and then we'll 1. Like I think we can finish this out if you want.
Well, it takes 4.
Oh,
right.
Right. Yeah,
So if I move, I could only do 3. So I think waiting until your next.
Just
turn.
let me do it next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think we're 4 away.
All right.
Stops away.
Yeah. All right. So that's my turn. So then you're gonna go the other direction. Or? You want to go see if there's an office over there?
Yeah, I could.
Or go find a dead body.
Right. I could also try messing with
go
the
to
desk.
the desk.
My strength is a 2 though, so I'm probably not going to succeed.
You might be able to pick it.
Yeah.
With agility.
I might do another flesh ward on myself to heal first.
Okay.
So I can discard these.
Here, let me just mix the whole thing.
I just put the art upside down so it would stand out.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that. Then discard. Lore of 2. I feel an unsettling presence pass into my body. My lore is 5. Okay. I can spend a clue, so I will. If I pass, I drive out the magic, no additional effect. If I failed, I would have suffered the distant horror. Grab another flash ward. And then with 1, I don't think I need to move in towards you, but I don't know if moving away.
Don't move in with me. Don't move in with me.
Yeah, I might try opening the door just to.
Yeah, do it.
Because I think this is going to be a strength.
Yeah, I think you're right. You ready? You want to do this then?
Yes.
This door here.
Let's look at that main corpse.
This door leads to another room in the estate. Explore? Okay, the furniture in this room is a bizarre mix of alien technology and familiar shapes. Different variations of Lady Helena's ancestral coat of arms cover the walls. Place the bedroom 2 tile is indicated and discard all explore tokens leading to it. So bedroom 2. Library called bedroom 2.
Nice. That goes
Couch goes good.
there.
Here. Alright. On the side table, one of the unfamiliar objects glows forebodingly.
Ooh.
Place a search token.
Then I will move in when I get the option.
Okay. A tarnished, dusty silver keyhole peeks out from under a rug. Place a search token. So now we know
That's what the silver key
is for, probably.
Okay.
Likely. You may move one space into the explored area.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, and then Michael will have his actions.
So Michael could put that in there, and I could try to do this and go that direction. Well, what's it?
Yeah, he won't be able to get there this turn yet.
Right.
Like, I mean, he could get there, but not.
Well, he's gonna have to
place
move.
it. Which I guess would be okay because you have 4 moves or
Yeah.
2 turns worth of
Yes.
puzzle, and that's assuming that we don't get attacked or die.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot to interact with.
I know. No, it's good.
Yeah, I like it. Lots of choices, and I like that it's not red herrings. Like nothing's
Right.
a bad choice. It's just trying to prioritize. Like we can't do everything.
Right. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. We're just trying to make some educated guesses about which direction to go. Or the raspberry and the Mai Tai.
I don't see it. I see a summer maybe. Oh, raspberry. Raspberry nectar.
Okay.
It does have a cherry limeade.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's a good variety pack.
Yeah. I figure I'll drink what he doesn't like.
Yeah.
All tastes roughly the same to me.
Yeah, I enjoy them.
They're refreshing. You know, when I was in high school, we didn't have a lot of seltzers down here. But we had this New York seltzer, which comes in a glass bottle.
Okay.
And they were like very tart, like black cherries and currants and stuff. And we used to get them at the Grand Old Golf.
Oh, yeah.
So we go play putt-putt golf and get a New York seltzer.
When we were little,
Is it time for me? Is it time for me
It
to
is
join
your turn.
you by
We
hiding
found some
myself under the
information.
floorboards for 50 years?
yes, love it. That'll work. We found a silver keyhole under a rug here. I didn't
Which
walk
is
to it.
far from where I found the silver.
Right.
key
So
is
so
where
at least now we know the
So I need to
destination.
get over there, right?
Yes, and there's a strange object glowing on a desk or something here. So, and Don made some progress, but he'll probably need to spend 2 more actions worth to finish the puzzle for the murder board.
Okay, so I've moved. Well, I can move here and well, that we decided that door doesn't really do anything, right? So I could move.
There is a lovely young maid stuck behind that door.
Do you want me to open that door?
No.
No.
Okay, well then I will just come here
And wait. Corpse bride inside the door. Look, next time somebody yells for help, let's help them.
that might.
That might be the thing to do.
This is the reason this is not like your favorite is because of that added nectarine in there. I think if it was just berry, you would be like
Maybe, but with the raspberry nectarine, it tastes like cough medicine.
no. I think the summer berry. Did you like that?
If I like all the other flavors. I just can't remember if I've had the summer berry.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. I think we're ready for the mythos.
Yeah.
I've liked all the other flavors I've tried. I don't know if I've tried
Sure.
the summer berry yet. The portal flares and shifts Rapid different colors, no immediate effect. Okay.
Yay!
Whoa.
The
How
corridor
is that?
in front of you twists and stretches on forever. It is impossibly long, impossible. Each investigator in a hall or alley suffers 2 horror.
I think
Will
you're
needs.
the only one because we've got study and
So this is will, so I need 5 die. I just wish I had some clues.
Oh, well, send me a monster.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't get anything. Yeah, and then it's investigator phase. So how about I get this key to you?
How about I try and do this first?
Sure, that's fine.
I don't know if I can
That
do
might
it,
give us information.
but information is key. Keys are key as well.
There you go, and you're what? Two per action?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Do you have any conditions?
no.
Oh, actually, this
one away.
should, yeah.
Do you have a condition that should have gone away?
No.
You got rid of your stunned already and all that?
Yep.
Alright,
And I healed once more, so
nice.
yeah.
But now your horror is going to a little bit.
All right, so okay. These. So I just need to flip those 2, I think.
Well, and I think these 2. Oh,
No,
no, I'm sorry, you did that. Never
That's
mind.
right.
You already got
so
that.
I did those 2. That's 1 time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So this guy has to go all the way to here. It's
Yeah.
gonna take. So it was no clues or anything to do that, huh? Yeah, I'm still 1 away. I don't have a way to.
Close and do your other action.
Well, those were my 2 actions.
Well, you get 2.
Oh, correct.
You get 2 moves per action, right?
Yeah, but I think I did that. I did 4 in 1. I forgot.
Oh,
to
okay.
do-
Oh, you
Oh,
did
gotcha.
4?
Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
yeah.
One further than we
I did both of them
Oh, okay.
in the same time.
Yeah, you're supposed to go.
Yeah, I'm supposed to close it and go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters.
It matters.
I mean, like, I don't think it will. Either way, I still have to do 1
We'll have
more.
to put a big asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don cheated.
Blatantly.
Okay, do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
No preference.
If I go, you can retrieve. Do you have something else you want to do?
I won't have enough actions because I'd like to first interact with the glowing
He's gonna
thing,
interact.
and then I'll probably move there.
Okay, then you interact first in case that changes what all I'm going to do.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Yeah, so I'll interact with this question mark.
Which is
Yes.
Interesting that they sent 2 in 1 direction and 1. I wonder.
Yeah.
What does this play? Does it play 4?
We fought more
I
monsters.
mean, it can play more. It knew that we were 3, so it wouldn't let us send more than 2 because we had to leave at least 1 behind. So
Right.
we could have sent 1 or 2 in,
Yeah.
but we had.
Oh, I thought it said 2 go in, 1 stays.
I think they did for that.
I think it said, okay, 2
I
went
think
in,
they had to be 2.
but it was based on the background. If there was 2 of us, then would then 1 goes in and 1 stays.
Right.
4 would probably been 2 and 2. You know.
Yeah, and then they might have spawned a monster or something on this side too.
Yeah. An unfamiliar object glows. You're going to search it.
Yes.
The object is thin and black, but the surface of it shines brightly in different colors. Looking into the glow, you find it displaying a grid of strange symbols that react when you touch them. Tap to attempt the puzzle using observation. So this is a puzzle.
Okay.
Observation.
And I've got 2 clues if needed. Oh, mastermind.
How do you get clues, but I don't get clues?
Because he gets horror checks.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, how come I didn't? Never mind.
1 green. 1 orange.
I would do 1 of each.
I'm gonna try that, so that way I can get position information and
But wait.
blue or red information.
We know it's
Oh,
exactly
yeah, no,
1
you're right,
green
you're
and
right.
1 orange.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's going to be 1 of each color, but the blue. So the blue has to be 1
So
or 2.
the fourth,
position.
the fourth is right. Yeah. So yeah.
So let's try that. And that'll be my fourth guess. Okay, 2 are correct. I get one more, so I'm gonna do the puzzle again.
Okay.
That is this. Okay. Attempt. I get 4 more, which is plenty. So blue has to be here. Oh wait, no, I don't know which one is correct.
You don't know which one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would throw a.
Throw a dummy.
Well, blue can't be.
Guesses.
Blue can't be the last 2, right?
Correct. Yeah, but I don't know if blue is there or there.
Green and orange. Well, green cannot be the first one, right?
Right.
And
Correct.
orange
And
cannot be
can't
the second one.
Right.
So flip flop those 2 and see what you get.
Well, green can't be the first
green
one.
can't be the first one, so it can't be that.
None of those are correct. That's helpful.
So that's actually is helpful.
So blue has to be the first one, which means so that one of those was from blue.
Right. And green and orange are in the wrong place, and blue is in the wrong place.
So green has to be the last one, right?
And no, green could have been correct here.
Okay, green is either the second one or the last one, right?
Yeah. So orange, is not there. Orange is not there. Orange has to be. This one is orange. Actually, that's cool. So these just have to get.
Yeah,
swapped.
because red can't be the last one. That's
2 to spare. But it took 2 actions.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Well, look at me doing. Why the heck am I doing a puzzle with influence?
Right? Yeah, that I don't.
If it was my observation, I would have been fine.
Right.
The image changes. I'm liking this scenario because I again, like we do the puzzle game, the cryptic puzzle game. I like the puzzles more than the fighting. That's just.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I like the exploring and trying to time our actions or focus on what we think is more. Yeah, I like it.
The image changes in a black and white image of Lady Helena appears on the otherwise multicolored glossy surface. A paragraph of text is below the photo and it appears to be describing a report of a missing statuette. According to this article, the statuette went missing on the day you arrived at Lady Helena's estate. In a blue script beside the article, the words "last known location," "get this and harvest an unstable timeline." House wasn't in use in the 40s. Good hideout are written.
Okay.
Gain 2 clues, then discard the search text.
I don't get an item or anything. That's annoying.
But you gain 2 clues, right?
But you also, the text was important to a degree.
Okay.
We've been consistently getting 2 clues, and that's it.
Yeah.
We haven't got items except for when it's described itself as an item.
Yeah. Well, but this was a glowing item. Like I thought it was going to be like a statue or something.
Yeah.
So I think the statue is still going to remain hidden.
So I'm going to give you the silver key.
Yeah, we probably have to.
Do you want the conclusive evidence, or does that not going to matter? You just want the silver key.
I think I would be more likely to drop things if I'm attacked, so probably not the evidence. Yeah, I think just the key should be fine.
Okay. You need any weapons or anything? Okay, got it. All right, then we will go over here and. Cool. All right, and then with my remaining action, I'm gonna open this door because I don't really need that knife. I don't think.
Yeah,
unless
you might not
the code is carved on the knife.
It could
And,
be.
and we've ignored it from
And
the start.
He grabbed the knife early, but it could be a different knife.
Right.
That's funny.
The door leads to another room. We're going to explore. Okay. The room is in complete disarray. Furniture and papers are strewn everywhere. Discard the Explore token and place the billiards room tile on a door as indicated. Okay. And then you put a door where I'm coming in. Right here.
One door. Here's a door.
Okay. A man is ransacking the room, overturning decorations and rifling through drawers. Spawn occultist as indicated. Oh, I don't like that. An enormous shield is mounted on the wall. Place a search token as indicated. Well, I do like that because I think the code is going to be somewhere on the family crest, kind of thing. Something useful lies on the floor of the room. Place the flare gun common item as indicated.
Flare gun. Ooh.
This action is place fire in a space within range. Each monster in that space suffers 2 damage, then flip this card. Interesting. So that is on this side of
Shoot
it.
fire into a room.
Yeah.
I may move. It says may. But that would be the end.
He's going to move to you anyway, so I don't think it'll. I think it'll save you an action, but not for. I don't think it'll cause harm. I think it'll save an action.
If you go in,
I'll have a horror. You think he's going to move before a horror check anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think you're going to be able to avoid him by not moving him.
Okay. Is that everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. I hope you're right, Mr.
Well, they get to move first.
The portal flares and shifts rapid different colors.
Uh-oh.
A moment later, signals flow over the floor of the hidden office. Finally, a voice says.
Oh no.
I just need to perform a quick ritual and I'll be on my way. As the Grand Queen of Time and Space. The portals flare into blindingly bright, shifting colors. Spawn a priest of Dagon as indicated. He's gonna go.
Priest of Dagon.
Yeah, which side is he on?
He's going over. Oh, or she.
Priestess.
Well, it says Grand Queen of Time and Space. So yeah, I'm guessing that's Elizabeth probably. Yeah. Lady Elizabeth clutches the statuette in one hand. We were too slow.
You were literally looking in there.
Muttering a few words. The statue begins to crackle with power, the raw energy pouring up her arm. It won't be long now. I'm impressed with how long you've held out, but I can't let you stop me.
Can't? Or won't?
Lady Elizabeth holds the statue aloft, and a portal slices through reality. Out of it, a terrible figure lumbers. Then the portal closes. Spawn a star spawn as indicated.
Shoot.
That's one of them, right?
Yep.
Where's that coming?
Oh no.
Hopefully he can just outrun the thing, but this is crazy. Uh-oh.
Lady Helena stumbles out of the room because we didn't get her out of our cells in time, where she was being held. It is too late. We need to stabilize time or defeat her so she cannot finish her work. The consequences are grave. We will be stuck here in exchange, but we cannot let her get away with this. Quickly, to the portal. Maybe we should have just tried entering a code. Maybe it was a puzzle. Because I didn't find a code anywhere.
Right. Possibly.
Let's just go back.
Discard the Explorer token on the interior hall and place a person token as indicated.
So this.
But it could
Oh,
have,
no.
it could have been that easy though.
That goes there? No. Interior hall, yeah. It doesn't match up, does it?
She's here.
That's not the, but that said interior hall, that's the warehouse.
Yeah, well, apparently she ran.
All right, and then what?
He told us to get rid of this.
Oh.
She busted out of the room.
Okay. Here, I'll just block it.
This was the interior.
Yeah.
That was the one she needed. This is Lady Helena. Yeah, got it. Okay. Light fades from around you, leaving anything even inches from your face obscured. Place darkness in each space in the billiards room. Oh, I do not have a light source.
You could light some things on fire. You might.
Too bad you didn't pick up that flare gun and shoot it.
This mythos event affects each investigator in a space containing darkness. Thanks, Garrett.
Well, otherwise you'd be with that thing.
Well, he's going to come to me anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Stumbling where you know there is a light, your hand can feel the heat coming from it, though your eyes cannot detect the slightest illumination. Except for 3 face-down horror, will +1 negates. So I need to roll 6.
Okay.
So I roll 1 more. And I will spend the clue. Nice. So the lady, the face down horror. Okay. The cultist moves 2 spaces towards the nearest and attacks. It's going to attack me. A pale hand darts out from under the cultist's cloak and grabs your neck. This will be a single session.
We're just gonna watch you die.
We thought it was going to be,
Right.
Agatha Harkness over there, but no, it's me.
And the problem is, I'm solving this puzzle no matter what.
You've only got one more action.
I'm solving that puzzle.
You claw at the ghoulish hand as it squeezes down on your windpipe. Suffer 2 face-down damage, strength -1 negate. So I'm going to roll 3. And I've got 2 face-down coming my way. And nope.
Nice.
Because I'm going to have to absorb a lot from this.
Yeah.
The priest of Dagon moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator, then attacks. 1, 2. He ain't there yet.
So how can I get through that portal? That's the question.
You're in darkness. I don't think you could use the clues. Right.
Oh. I think you're right.
Whoa.
What did I lose clues on?
On both rolls.
I used 1 clue on each, right?
Yeah. We could re-roll. I don't think that there's a way for you to see what the penalty would have been otherwise, or we could just live with it as is.
I think we'll just asterisk it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Make it last one more round or whatever. I mean, you're like.
The star spawn moves 1 space toward the nearest investigator, then attacks the investigator in space, or an adjacent space with the highest strength. So he's going to come over here and chomp me. The monster lashes out with an enormous flat foot like a paddle, faster than you can believe from something so big. Agility min 2, and it remind me of that I cannot use
No clues in darkness.
That's right. So my bad.
I forgot about it until just now.
That was I even forget what the 2 rolls were. One of them was attack from the cultist, but what was the other roll?
I thought it was all just the cultist. I remember 1. I don't know.
Was it just 1? I thought it was 2, but
1 was the defense of the darkness.
Oh, the darkness itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which would have been basically a horror damage.
Probably.
Because it was 3 horror and you made it 0 horror, and then it was something damage.
Oh,
okay,
that's
so
true. That's true.
One face down horror and
Yeah.
one face down damage. That's what
Yeah, yeah.
and I can't use these.
Right. Because you negated the 3 horror from the darkness.
But it was face down both times.
Yeah.
It was down here, it was face down. Yeah.
This thing has a hit point of 24. How do you run?
Oh,
from stuff?
gosh.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I do not pass, so I fail. The foot catches me in the chest and hurls me back. Suffer 3 damage and move 1 space away from the monster.
Oh, you need to.
Oh, okay.
You're in the darkness
Are you sure
there.
you want to move that direction?
Well, I was thinking about picking up the flare gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Because then I can fire it, which will start fire and do damage to them.
that's true.
Yeah.
Or do you think I should just run?
Yeah, do it.
I was thinking about running either of those.
There's a
directions
door right
to be
here.
able to.
Right?
Yeah.
You can get knocked into here.
Yeah.
In this space.
But if I'm going to get to move, would I not want to go through this door? I don't know that I can run far from
maybe.
them.
Yeah, maybe this would be better because this guy already moved. So yeah, that would be better.
What? Oh, because you're gonna move again later on.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be investigator phase. And
Yeah.
The downside is there's no loop. Like there's no.
Where are you
it's
trying
a-
to go?
it's a- there's a
oh,
dead
actually, but
end.
You
right
can't
now
go-
I'd horror check against him, right? So here's this no
Yeah.
horror check, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
There's just there's not much I can run from.
Well, let's see if the next time if this portal opens now that these things are happening, maybe we can speak back.
Okay, but right now I
Yeah.
need to take 3 face up damage.
Face up. Oof.
Yep. Demoralizing injury. Suffer 1 additional face down horror. And then put this face down. I went unscathed most of the game. Only a flesh wound, no additional effect. Lasting injury. Keep face up, no effect. Keep this card face up.
Okay.
All right. So then, horror checks. Nobody.
No.
In Mythos, confirm.
Well, the question begs, what does this do? Like, if we go to her.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're gonna die if something doesn't get us to you.
I mean, one of you can still get the silver key for whatever good it does.
Right, but I'd get the key and go back here again. Yeah, I don't know what good it would do, and it would take 1 action to get it. It would be at least next turn before I could unlock it.
I think I need to go here and interact with her.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yeah, and you have enough movement that you could
Then
you could either end here or go back there based on.
So if I go in here and then interact with her, what happens?
Okay. We need to close the portal. There is no action.
What? Okay.
How do we?
We need to close the portal. So that is our game objective now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking hopefully the silver key has to do with closing the portal.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. So it'll take me 2 turns to do that, but yes. Do you want to go back there?
I'll just in there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that or.
Well, you still have an action. It didn't cost an action to talk.
Oh. Could you double check what the description of this is? Did it grow?
Lady Helena thinks closing this portal while trapping you here will stop the rewrite of history. So there's an action to close the portal.
Oh.
2 more. That's finished. I was here 1,
Yeah.
2, and then close the portal.
The closing magic Lady Helena shows you is simple enough, but when you perform it, you find a powerful force pitted against you. Will.
All right. I need 4.
Do you have clues?
I
The
have
one free.
1 free.
It's probably going to be some cumulative total of successes.
Oof. 1.
The magic begins to take hold, but you do not see much effect yet. So I don't know
I
if
think
the silver
we
key
kind of
thing,
abandoned
or if we
everything.
just, or if you just go and spam the portal.
Right, which I can't do. I won't be able to do either one, but I'll set it up for next turn. Because I can either wind up with you at the portal, or I can wind up with the key.
The most I can do is
Try to run.
The star spawn should hopefully be slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm corner myself over here.
Yeah, there's not a way to keep.
Well, can you
dodging
close
him.
the portal too?
Well, he
come
did.
here.
He did his. Oh no, he didn't do his turn. This isn't it.
Yeah. Let's see if.
Yeah. Or if you could jump through it, we could close it.
Yeah.
The anomaly is no larger than your fist. Nothing physical passes through. Blah blah blah. There's nothing I can do. You guys can do it from your side.
Are we getting left in 1942?
I'm okay with that.
That's what it said.
I mean,
is even
We're
though
in the future.
even though you'll be lost to time, at least you'll save the world.
I think
It's
we have to. Yeah.
It's
only
it's a pirate
It's the 40s. It's the future.
martyr
That's fine,
victory.
but I want to solve that puzzle.
Well, when we close that, we'll
Yeah,
have time to do that.
All right. Okay, so going there is not going to be your option.
Do you want to do your turn? Otherwise, I could.
Solving that puzzle might give you the code to unlock the door that's not been busted out.
Oh, that's true. I could
Well,
solve the
same.
puzzle.
Yeah, why don't
for
you solve the puzzle? Yeah, no, for real. Because you're not going to get here.
Well, I could get there and not do anything, but then next turn, was that a lore? I forget what you were, or that was Will.
Will. And I got Will.
Yeah, you do.
I
Okay.
can do it.
I'll do the puzzle.
Because I feel like there's something here. We need to.
Yeah.
So how many attempts do you
Theoretically-
get per influence?
Influence 3.
Theoretically, it's just that one corner,
I
right?
think so. Yeah. This one's here. Right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna go the other way. Yeah, that looks right to me. Very nice. I did it all by myself.
Man, how did you solve that? Puzzle completed.
You realize that the person putting together this wall was obsessed with the genealogy of Lady Helena's family. Bizarrely, the dates on the materials have a nonsensical range, reaching from the 12th century to the 22nd century. Unexpectedly, you recognize a picture here other than Lady Helena. There is one of a young woman who resembles her, Lady Elizabeth, pinned up on the far end of this board. If this board is believed, Lady Elizabeth is actually Lady Helena's great granddaughter.
What?
Gain the missing link, unique item, and 2 clues. And discard this.
Missing link. Ooh. Well, we could have solved the problem if we would have known.
Everything falls into place.
And 2 clues?
2 clues.
We never even attempted that code. It might have been a puzzle. I
It
don't know.
might have been.
You know what?
I would
just
be-
try it now. Just for that.
I would be shocked though, because given that it was so close, I didn't expect it to be that easy.
Right.
But
Maybe
Okay.
maybe it's in this dagger.
So-
Okay, this goes away.
Yeah. So my turn.
Maybe that dagger is a key.
If
1, 2,
I like your idea.
1, 2.
To see.
Or 1, 2. I mean, this is as far away as I can get, right?
Do it.
Yeah.
Run away!
You're gonna be trapped here, but hopefully I can close the
Your
portal.
shotgun only has a range of 1. Is that right?
1 space. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean,
is it one? Could you shoot through the doorway, or is it the same space?
it's range rules, right? So not through doorways. You can go through windows, but not through doorways.
Can you
with
go
range
from
items.
through one head into the other body? could you shoot the cultist here and explode into?
You can't shoot your
Well,
doors.
you need me in there with
That
that
just feels
star
so
spawn.
weird.
How do I get in with the star spawn?
Well,
Well, let's see what they're going to do, because I think that's the end of it, right? That's all of our turns.
he's making sure that I can't shoot.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was just maybe like horror checks that don't with the doors or something.
It's under like
Ranged weapon?
it's attack range. If you look at the attack rules, and it talks about range.
Let's see if there's a ranged weapon. Okay. Was that guns back in? Oh, was it boots?
Game.
Range cannot be counted through walls or doors unless an effect is specifically allowed.
Gotcha. All right.
So what I said.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I've moved. So now Mythos. We've all done things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think one way or another we're going to finish this tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Each painting and photograph on the walls seems to watch you. This Mythos event affects the investigator in a hall, office, or study with the lowest sanity. I am in a
We're in the
lounge.
billiard room. I'm sorry, you are.
You were in a study.
Yes. So I think I'm the only target. Yeah. And I should be okay with that.
If you find yourself captivated by the closest picture on the wall. Observation min 2.
That's 4. I don't think so.
Okay.
And I've got 5. We'll see how I roll. Yes, I will spend. Yeah, I'll get it back. Or no, I won't because this is Mythos, not Horror.
Yeah.
All right, but I got 2.
Alrighty. I'm no longer in darkness. I'm even wrong left anyway. Okay.
I mean, I was just saying, this is actually a pretty good team. If
Right.
We just need to figure out what the deal is on
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Anyway. Because there was a timer and we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, you pass. So you find yourself staring at a portrait of an elderly version of yourself. Suffer one face down horror and become dazed.
And that's on the success?
Yes.
Well, I am almost insane.
And
Nice. I've got something left like that now.
And confused.
Right?
okay, the cultist moves 2 spaces. 1, 2. Nobody to attack yet. The priest of Dagon moves 2 spaces. 1, 2.
Only a grenade. They're all
The
grenades.
holy hand grenade.
And the priest of Dagon moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. So he didn't get the attack, so he gets to move 2 more.
But you can at least take 1 out.
The star spawn moves 1 space towards the nearest, so he's going to move here.
So he is slow. That's good.
Yeah. He moves 1 more because he didn't get the attack.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But if he moves 1, if you can survive to get past him, you might be able to just corner him. And he might move
There's
2
no
at a
doors
time or
over
something.
here.
No,
So
but
I'd have to
it's just
evade.
this one. Yeah.
But
So
and
you do have a
he's
horror.
got an evade of 5, so it's hard to evade. Yeah. So I have to do a horror check versus Priest of Dagon.
Priest of Dagon.
The Priest of Dagon laughs a deep, joyous laugh. The sound echoes all around you. Will men 2, so I'm only 5. And I can use clues because I'm not darkness. And I will use a clue.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You counted your extra will already, right?
Yeah. Because it's 4 plus the 1. Okay.
That's pretty much it, right?
You cannot fathom what could be so funny. What do we do?
Is that an inside joke?
Right. So it's the investigator phase. So you guys need to close the portal right now.
I'll close the portal.
I think a shotgun to the priest of Dagon would also be good.
Well, we'll see if it gets that far.
Yeah.
Close the portal. Roll will. Well, you can use that.
I can use one.
Okay. That's not going to get the job done. The magic begins to take hold, but you do not see much effect. So when are you going to try to do?
I'm going to close it again.
Wait.
So
Roll
will again?
Yep.
Oh, one more.
Oh my God, Don.
Whittling away.
This is not the time to be doing those kinds of rolls. The magic begins to take hold, but you do not see much effect yet.
I'm just gonna move here.
That's all you can do.
That's all I can do.
Yep.
Oh,
It was
I am
3
not-
away.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to survive.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Shotgun the priest.
Okay.
Or however you
There's
choose to
no
attack.
way for me to.
No, and you were out of clues. And at least I'm not dazed anymore, so on my next turn I can
Why
use
did
my
where did
clues.
my clues go? I thought I had 2 clues. Must have spent them on something.
I think you did, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, here's the thing. Well, do I attack him, or do I attempt to evade him and then go 1, 2, and then attempt to evade him
No.
to go
attack.
1, 2?
I think you just attack.
Because if he moves, he might move twice, but he might not attack you.
Yeah.
Unless he can attack from range.
And then you can maybe.
You might be able to.
No, he doesn't attack from range. It said. Oh no, he does. One.
But the priest of Dagon's got a health of 18.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
Oh jeez.
Oh wow.
Jeez Louise. Well,
He's got a health of 24. He's got a health of 18.
Yeah.
This dude's what, 4 or something?
Right. That's
Or 4 or 5 or something.
And the last time we fought the priest of Dagon, he was only like what, a 6 or something.
So I don't. I mean, I can.
Well,
I can
what's he
spend
gonna
both
hit
my
you with
actions
when you
attack, but
evade?
I'm not. I can't. There's no way I can mathematically take him out.
Right.
but do you have to take him out to?
I.
So you're saying you can try and evade?
If I try to evade him, if I succeed in evading him, and I move to here, and then I succeed in evading him, because you don't have to evade the worst, it's him. Then I could go
You could be
1,
in the
2,
corner.
and I could be there.
That might be the best Hail Mary, but you
If
might
I
also
pay-
end up
if I-
with him. But even if this is the last round, like even if you go down, if you go down once, you heal up basically.
Yeah, right.
But even if you go down, because he does a lot of damage, we could probably close the portal and probably get a medium ending.
Yeah.
At that point, I think trying to evade might be the best shot for you.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to evade. Priest of Dagon begins to babble incoherently in your direction, Lord Mentu. I will not evade. I need 2 more.
Aren't you successful? It's just you get a downside. Because I thought that was something that we were doing incorrect.
No, it tells you what you do.
Oh, gotcha.
You hesitate for a crucial second as your foe punches you in the jaw, suffer 1 face down damage, and forfeit your action.
Oh,
So I didn't get to move.
gotcha.
So now
Maybe
moving
shotgun.
doesn't make sense. So I guess
Shoot him.
I shoot him.
Yeah, I think that's just whittle him down a little.
I mean, I'm still alive.
Yeah,
Attack with firearm. You level your
I'm
weapon
too
and
crazy
open
to
fire, filling the air with lead. Agility min 2. I roll 3.
Come on.
I should have used the lead 5.
Yeah, I didn't think the shotgun would be agility.
Nope. Okay.
So now who needs to roll better this time? Giving me a hard time.
My foe weathers the barrage of gunfire unharmed.
Man, he just took a
I did jack shite on my turn.
That's a she, isn't it? That's
Yeah, that turn.
Master of
Yeah.
time and space. Mistress.
Okay.
Mistress.
Mythos phase.
Yes.
This is gonna hurt.
Yep.
Power continues to pour out of the statue and into Lady Elizabeth. Parts of the statue crack and fall away. It looks like it may crumble completely at any moment. Okay. She takes a deep breath. This is incredible. Out of sight, a strange buzzing machine comes to life to carry out its dark purpose. Each investigator flips 1 damage and 1 horror face up, and then becomes dazed.
Oh, dazed? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
You whimper as your mind rejects the impossible. Suffer 1 additional face down horror for each spell you have. I have no spells.
No additional.
Then flip this card face down.
Yeah, and both mine are no additional effect when you face down.
Roll 1 fewer die when doing an observation test.
The cultist moves 2 and attacks. 1, 2, and attacks. The cultist, with arms uplifted, chants the words to some vile incantation. So our only hope was to have gotten her out before, and we just didn't figure out the way to do that.
Yeah.
Suffer 2 damage, lower the gates, and I'm dazed, so I can't spend foods. But I do negate.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, Don, I forgot. I'm a kleptomaniac.
Oh, we're in the same place.
Yeah.
You want this?
Oh,
Sure.
look at this. If I suffer no damage, which I did not, I redirect part of the spell. The monster suffers 1 damage. So I'm doing damage even when I'm being attacked. What are you all doing?
I'm stealing from my pal over here.
Priest of Dagon moves 2 spaces. He does 9 saves.
Lucky me.
He attacks me.
The one thing I needed you not to grab.
Right.
The Priest of Dagon
I
twitches.
really wanted you to grab that.
I know.
In the thick. Oh, did he get the cigarette case?
Yeah.
Darn.
Lucky me.
In a thick, wet length of kelp lashes out and seems to latch onto you. The cold plant matter is as heavy as chains. I have to roll strength min 2, and again I cannot use clues. I have to remind myself of that. Oh, but I do succeed.
Wow.
Oh, you and the
Tear away from the plants.
You're not doing good rolls, but you're doing very cinematic rolls. You're doing like the bare minimum to stay alive.
The star spawn moves up to 1 space to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks each investigator in its space or an adjacent space. So it's going to attack me.
Good luck.
He can attack adjacent. The creature stomps a single massive foot, sending out an enormous shockwave. I have to roll agility, min 2.
Ooh.
I am knocked off my feet and my head collides with the ground. I suffer 2 face down damage and become stunned, which means I only get 1 action, right?
I think so.
And I'm at 6 out of 7.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm at 7, so I'm now wounded also.
Oh, shoot. Which means you only get 1 action all the time, basically.
Yeah, because I forgot this is a...
So wounded. At least most of yours were face down.
Yeah. You cannot perform the move action more than once each round.
Oh, only.
When you have suffered damage equal to your health, you are limited. So I can only move once per round. I can't really move at all.
Yeah.
Oh, but it...
Didn't you say it started over or something?
Well, the 6 damage goes away. So
yeah, I think that's just in the rules. It doesn't say it in the card, but
I think that is
in the rules it says that.
The face down.
Just the face down 1 spell. So this is less than injury. So that's, even though this did no additional effect, the fact that it's face up means that it doesn't go. That
Right,
is
so
a shot.
your timer goes to 6 instead of 7.
Yeah. And the not being able to move twice is terrible. I mean, you won't be able to outrun Star Spawn anyways.
I have to do a horror check. With the highest horror rating. Oh, let's see. Who's got the highest horror rating? Probably the cultist there. He's a horror 1 versus the Priest of Dagon horror 3. Certainly not the Star Spawn horror 8.
Wow.
I'm kidding. It's going to be the Star
Yeah.
What? I'm confused.
I'm dazed.
The creature inflates
Me too.
before expelling an inky fluid into a puddle on the ground. Your gaze is drawn to the pool. Lore Mentu. Lore is the bane of it. No, nope, because I can't spend
You can't
clues.
spend clues because you're dazed.
Wait, you should have gotten rid of dazed, right?
No,
Oh no, that happened.
that's a condition.
Yeah, and that happened. I forgot when it happened. It happened in the mythos.
Yeah.
We're still in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still in the same room.
Yeah.
I glimpse something infinite and terrible in the darkness. I suffer 3 horror and become dazed. I'm already dazed. So I suffer 3 horror, 3 face up horror.
Oh gosh. You're gonna go crazy too.
1, 2, 3. So this one, flashback with 1 other horror face up, then discard this card. So this is started. But I flip this one face up. No additional effect. Flip face down. So that was actually good. No additional effect. Flip face down. And this one is nyctophobia. You are not afraid of the darkness exactly, but you are afraid of what the darkness might be concealing. Her shit show.
Yeah, fair.
Keep face up. Whenever you end your turn in a space with darkness, suffer 1 face down horror. Well,
Well, that's not too bad so far.
That has that. Okay. That's the end of the mythos phase.
All right, let's end that.
Close this portal.
All right, I would say that you should close this portal.
I will try.
Because
let's do it.
If it does something,
I'm dazed, so I can't. Yeah, give you the chance of running and shooting or whatever.
So you can't use clues even though you have them.
Exactly. Yeah, because I am dazed, but I've got the lucky cigarette case.
All right.
I picked up all on my own.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Close the portal.
I feel like this whole game has been used.
So you're rolling will.
Will is 4. I'll use this, so 2.
The portal's edges have begun to shrink.
It's not cumulative, apparently.
No, it is.
I think it
is. Yeah, its
right.
effect is changing.
Well, then I guess
I'll try again. I'm just trying to think.
Because you're trying to close it, so the edge is shrinking is a good thing.
Yeah.
Just roll all the stars here.
I know, right? I'm just trying to decide, would it be better to give you the lucky cigarette case? Because that would effectively be 2 successes. Otherwise,
Well,
if I roll.
I don't think you can use
No, I think
it can only be used once per round.
Yeah, but then also.
Well, maybe, yeah.
No, let's just roll it because maybe we get.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, was that you doing it?
That was me doing it.
I have to register
that was your
the 0.
roll?
Wait. So you got a 0?
0.
You are no match for the power that maintains the portal.
Nope. All right. I am going to.
Oh, wait, I steal something else from you.
It's at the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it any possession or item? Does it say item or possession?
1 item.
Okay, so not a spell.
He doesn't have any spells.
Wait, hold on. I was looking at something very specific.
Okay.
I was looking at something very specific, and I wanted that thing to be in the hand just in case.
Okay. The dagger.
All right, there you go.
The dagger.
Hey.
So are you attempting?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt.
Roll your will.
2,
3.
3. That ought to be enough. Because in addition to the 3 that's already been done, or whatever, 4 that's already been done. 1, 1, and a 2.
2, yeah.
Finally, the glow of the portal fades to nothingness. Time is made stable. Lady Helena sighs. This should stop whatever that woman was up to. Unfortunately, it also means we are stuck here for the duration. Still, without the ability to complete our plans, our friends back in the present may suddenly find themselves at a better advantage. I do hope they survive. The investigation is complete.
That way, oh no!
Exhausted, you fall back against the wall. The task is done, but at what price? Your surroundings feel as alien to you as if you were on another planet. You eventually stagger out into the overgrown garden and contemplate the gnarled weeds. Sure, the world is different, but at least it's safe. And perhaps there may be some different way to return home, if you're willing to risk it.
Sounds like we need to open a portal.
It doesn't tell us what happened to you.
It sucked everything into the portal and it
Right,
disappeared, so you're okay.
I mean, we had to save the world, and
No, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out what has happened to me.
we didn't do Deus Ex Machina you at the last minute.
No.
Suck us back into
It doesn't
Cthulhu
suck
world.
them back into the portal, it just shuts it.
As the portal's closing, the last thing you hear is, "Thanks a lot, guys.
But it says
You
it-
suck."
Yeah, it said it stopped her plan, so.
It stopped her plan, but it doesn't. This was already summoned.
But is she stuck in that time still with that power? I don't
Well,
understand.
she's stuck.
She's probably deep power.
Yeah, because she's
loses her power.
she's from the far future. Like even this was the past for her because she's like
like 2200
12 great granddaughters
Yeah.
of Lady Helena. So she's not even like 2 generations away. She's like many generations down the line. Or the 22nd generation, because remember the portraits were from the 12th century to the 22nd century?
Oh, okay.
So she's from the 22nd century, right?
Well, that's now, right? No.
No, that would be
Or
the 2100 and something.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
She's from like 100 years from now.
Yeah.
So basically,
Now she's stuck
gonna-
in her past without the ability to.
In your time, do you have cars?
But this has already been summoned. This guy's already here. She's pissed. And I have a magnifying glass, a holy cross, a lead pipe, and a shotgun.
Yeah.
And don't forget my
But she
conclusive
has no-
evidence.
But she has no power left, so she's just a woman now.
Yeah. I think the star spawn is the only thing that survives.
Yeah.
And then probably goes out and
And then what does it do? Like,
breathes in the
Oh,
ocean.
So I'm going to call this done.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
yeah.
I would be curious at some point about.
I don't know how to go any faster though.
Yeah, well, and I still think that's so close. I don't think that would have been the right answer to be so
But we never even
close.
Well, here's the problem is I didn't know if it was legit to try it because when it says an action to input the code, would it actually ask us for a code or would it assume that we had the code and that's why we were choosing the action? I didn't know how to interpret it. So what I didn't want to do was say, oh, I'm spending an action point and it goes, okay, you input the code that you and the safe opens and then we were like, whoa, wait, we didn't have the code, you know, but you can't take it back.
Yeah.
But probably we should have just done it and it may have been a puzzle or given us some hint as to, you know, what we needed to find in order to give the code.
Yeah.
But the thing, but the thing is like,
She got the statue from here.
yeah,
And that
but
was
where-
searched.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, maybe the silver key would have led to the code or to the statue.
Right.
We never used the silver key.
Right.
So I think the silver key was significant. The safe was significant. I I just don't know what else we missed that was significant.
So then the system on this game is to try to figure out what to run past.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, so
what I'm saying?
So in this one, so I think I was wrong when I said that there aren't really red herrings, because that was a red herring, because it just gave us evidence that we never used. Well,
Right.
I guess maybe if we had actually gotten her out, maybe the evidence would have done something different, but it gave 2 clues and evidence. That chest, it was like a pillow with a tome on it, and all it gave was, and it took a puzzle with 2 turns,
Yeah.
and was only 2 clues
2
and
clues.
evidence. Or yeah, not even evidence.
No, there was no evidence. There was just clues.
Look.
The glowing object was just.
Look, at the end of the day, I mean, we won.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we won.
But by Cthulhu standards, we kicked its butt.
Yeah. Right.
Look, when your investigator limps home, whatever time frame they're
When
in,
2/3 of the investigators.
yeah.
get to
But
limp
we
home.
don't know.
I think he probably survived.
I swear, I think that somehow that thing.
You spend the next 10 years scouring the globe for my descendants.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
his descendants must be somewhere. What was his last name again? It was Yorick.
Well,
That's not
look,
a common
I
surname.
feel like all we got to do is go up in the back and see if there's a grave, and we'll just dig it up. And if there's a skull, we'll say, "Oh, alas, poor Yorick. We knew him well. He bounced me on his shoulders."
At least we didn't fight Michael's ghost, like Yorick's ghost.
Yes, I would not like to fight Yorick's ghost.
Okay, look.
Or what was?
You keep going on about the fact that I left the nurse just scrambling in her room.
I think it would have wasted time, though. Like, given how many other things, just seems to be a waste of time.
She would have given us the code.
Well, you wonder what's
The
this?
owner should have known the code.
What would that have done? Yeah, what would she have? I don't know.
She should have.
It would have been very different if we'd gotten her out before Elizabeth had
Right.
finished.
Yeah.
And in that whatever that portal breathing was clearly a clock.
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to go as fast as we could, though. We just didn't know which way to actually go.
Well, look, a locked chest
If nothing else,
felt like something, and then it had a puzzle.
if nothing else, we figured out the complicated mechanism for downloading DLC.
So
The
hit
pain
the
in the
buttons
ass.
twice, run the numbers once, then try again. Okay.
You know, quit, go back to Steam, do a thing, come back, open it again, quit, go back to Steam, do it. Yeah.
Go to the computer, come back to the.
Tell Steam to save your payment information, then go back in Steam and
And
then realize it didn't
immediately-
save your payment information.
Simple and easy. I liked the spellcaster though. That's fun.
I'm gonna still say this.
I was thinking I might try, like, I like the spellcaster, but I might try Father Mateo next time because of the ability to charge up somebody else for clues. Because
Right.
like you were so clue shy. If I had that, I could have at least done an action and be like, here, have all the clues you need for one
All right,
turn.
I'm gonna say this for real, and somebody can back me up or correct me.
I think next
But-
week we'll have to do something different. Because I don't think we can guarantee a one session
Yes.
scenario.
I do believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this game you have to put together a team.
Yeah.
You can't randomize a team.
Okay.
And I find that to be true with all of their
Other
Cthulhu
versions.
games.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we could do next week? We could die really hard. Let's pull out my copy of the what's the other one?
Tour.
Eldritch Horror.
Nice.
We might actually have to do something.
Oh, somebody may be here.
Well, aside from that, we just might have to do something.
Oh, okay. I was just saying because you had said you wanted to pull it out. And,
Yeah, no, I mean, for reasons.
okay. There's multiple things to do. I'll tell you what I'm waiting on that I really would be happy to get out whenever it shows up is I'm waiting on my Kickstarter expansion of Diogenics.
Yeah.
And the thing is both Leonard and I have that coming.
You both have
So-
the expansions?
We both ordered the expansion, yes.
Oh, okay. 'Cause, yeah, both of you need to
We
have
both-
all the Diogenic stuff.
We both have it, and well, both of us really like that game. You know what what didn't come into play a lot at my proof of purchase? I tried to play it, but it never had a good. Yeah, it's strange how few objects come into play in this game.
I think it's an appropriate amount because I think like Garrett was describing earlier, because it's scenario based, it's not random objects, so it's story driven pertinent things.
No, I don't disagree.
As opposed to like, just a scatter shot of, you get more stuff, but it's random, so
Yay,
it might be
chainsaw.
useful, it might not
Yeah.
be for the situation you're in, kind of thing. This is,
It's a little.
they
it's a
know you're
curious
going
set.
to need a silver
Like all
key.
this makes sense. That this is all.
They know you're going to need ranged weapons.
This all seems to be story driven. But are there what are the weapons? Where is that?
The shotgun's probably one of the best in terms of
Like
damage.
this is the one that surprises me that there's not more of these coming out. Yeah, definitely. It feels like more of the Elder one. Like this is all that's here, and the only weapons that came out was one other weapon, other than what we started with, and that seems a little counterintuitive too.
We had 3 or maybe 4 if you count the dagger twice, but we had the dagger, the shotgun, and the flare gun.
Oh, right.
Eventually
Yeah,
came out.
you're right. You're right.
Okay,
No, you're
so
right.
then we've got so all the tokens in that.
I liked her speed.
Including these.
That came in real handy. Her
Yeah, I mean,
fucking speed.
all the small tokens in that bag.
Okay.
I'll put the minis in here, and then there should be a bag for every.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There, the small stuff in that bag. But regardless, I think there's a unique items.
I would say that. I'm glad you own this, so I don't have to.
Oh, and there's a bag for the dice.
We did the small one for this. Yeah, no, these are fun. I like the story behind them, just like all the Eldritch, the stories. Who knew cults were involved?
I know there's so many cult. Look, but honestly, we joke, but that was a historically that was a major feature of Victorian times. The occult and occultism and cults were all the rage during the late 1700s, 1800s, and going into the very early 1900s. Basically,
And they were
basically
they
that
were
tomfoolery
closer.
was ended by World War I, which gave people a
Actual nightmares.
something that like, death and dismemberment, all this kind of stuff that we were playing with conceptually. This is actually this is actually horrible shit. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not pretend.
Yeah.
Let's not slay.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about this one that I'm kind of curious about. So, are there any ancient ones involved in this anywhere?
Maybe in a different expansion or something, or only by name, because I mean these are the only figurines.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, we don't get
There's 2 star spawns.
right.
That bothers me.
Yeah, there's a level 5.
That's too many. We don't need breeding pairs of stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, the expansions give you more like minis and to go with the new scenario. So at some point in time, there might be an expansion that is just your Cthulhu mini and the one and only scenario that matters, which is the coming of Cthulhu. It's like there's not many different. It's like
Well, that's the thing about Eldritch Horror that I do like is
It's not
that
like
your
Cthulhu's been
objective.
here, and here's many different scenarios you do with him here. No, it's
This is his.
this is the he's coming. That is, you stop it or the end of the world.
Right.
That you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, I think that and Arkham Horror also is like it's your ultimate goal is to stop an ancient one.
Yeah.
Along the way, and like Eldritch Horror is literally it because you have
Same with Elder Sign is that's the thing.
Yes.
Is finish it before.
and that's
coming
what
of
the expansions bring
Yeah.
is multiple ancient ones. I think in the small box I have like 9 or 12 of them total, and you can pick a different one and do different things with. But I don't have enough of the because of the way that the big boxes provide some of those. Although I think I'm actually pretty flush on that one. There's a few cool ones that are not in there. The Arkham Horror card game, getting all those extra investigators was a lot of work.
Yeah.
They weren't available. They weren't necessarily available. But the ones we had, I enjoyed.
Oh yeah. Oh, were those all base? I thought you had a pack of.
We had three campaigns.
Yeah.
It was the base times 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the other 2 campaigns.
Okay. Gotcha.
And each time, in the old version, each time you got a little bit as you went. But then the new version is you get basically weapons and stuff like that,
Well,
and investigators.
Good game on this, guys.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I enjoyed it.
We probably could have beat the scenario better, but it was still a win. We didn't lose the scenario.
I don't know how we could, other than like you just never know.
And that's where it could be fun to try it again. It's like, what else can we discover about that specific scenario? Like it does have some replayability, even amongst the random enemies or whatever. However it does that.
What's our time, Nick?
It is 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, then I
Probably
guess
time to
it's quitting time, right?
call it a day.
That was a good one though.
No. That was like we did that in one sitting.
Yeah.
Even though it was kind of a last ditch desperate kind
And
of.
it was a little nail biting because like I thought I was going to end the game for the longest time.
I did too.
Especially when I was at 4 out of 5 damage.
I do think honestly, because I think we made the mistake in Escape and Innsmouth, which we did with Leonard and not Dom.
Right.
I think we made a mistake where we just there was like cultists and there were deep ones and those half deep ones or whatever, or the hybrids coming out, and we were running from them while trying to investigate things. And then they ended up catching up to us and overwhelming us because we let too many get on the board.
Yeah.
So I do think it is smarter to do what we did here, which is it gave us 3 in the beginning. You guys just cleared the board, and then we had like 3 rounds where the mythos space was nothing.
Right.
And I think that's better.
Yeah. Buy us some.
I think like if I were going to say anything about this game, the scenario, I do wish somehow it would have pulled everything like into one place so that we could have a legitimate fight while we were trying to do the portal.
Like a boss battle.
Like it would be not even to win. Like you did great defending and sitting, but if there was a way for one person to be working the porter and 2 people to be working those things,
I think
we still wouldn't have beat them because it's practically insurmountable.
Yeah, 24
health and 18 on that.
Yeah.
But see, honestly, I think the way to look at it is that was just setting a clock.
Yeah.
Because what happens when an investigator goes down is you get one more round. Right?
Yeah.
So it was just basically saying, you guys over here, you don't have anything to fight, but you've got to get that portal closed, which takes so many successes prior
before you go down.
one investor going down and limiting to limiting you to one more round. So you can't dilly-dally and continue to search. You have
No,
to.
no, no.
It
That's
just
why,
sets a
and that's
clock.
why
That was really
I was
close.
glad
Like-
talking to her made it
Yeah.
because I just had bad rolls. If I would have rolled fine, we would
Or
have.
had any more clues left too. I mean, like, yeah, you were so close.
Yeah, this was not meant to be a boss battle. That was meant to be fought.
I know,
That's
but
why it was just a game clock.
I would have enjoyed having an opportunity to do some more fighting with my character.
Yeah.
She was kind of built to move fast, but then to get in there and fight.
Yeah, the enemies just kept appearing near me though.
Yeah.
Like for their targeting reasons. Like it was always, or one spawned right near me, but then another one targeted me specifically.
I did like the idea that you have to do one thing one time and then drop those
That was
items,
cool.
and then
Yeah.
you have to go and pick, and it's a one-way portal.
Yeah.
Like that's such a nice
And
fun.
the separated maps. I mean, again,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
DLC. So someone devised. I mean, that's an official. So there was
Yeah.
someone at Fantasy Flight that devised that.
Yeah.
Now, here's something else to be aware of. You know, like there's still plenty of official content, but there is a separate community run site of free DLC
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
stuff, like community devised scenarios. It's a completely separate app.
Right.
It uses base components or whatever you've got, or you tell them what you got, the built, the same way. It's like this is for base or whatever. So even without buying expansions, you can run through all the DLCs. You can get the community app and do their scenarios and their spreadsheets on what the expensiveness of the scenario.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Their times and difficulties and all that kind of stuff. But what I was going to say is, I do like that design of like that separated map. Was kind of its unique feature. I don't know if there's any other scenarios in the 22 official ones that have that.
It had
separated
a
map.
Right.
A unique flavor to it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I think like oh, I don't know. I was gonna say something and I forgot it. So forget it.
That 5 out of 9.
Oh,
insanity.
I'll tell you another thing on an unrelated situation. So next week we think it's gonna be free again.
It sounds like it's. Leonard made it sound like he was basically out for April.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. He said the way he phrased it was like most of April or almost all of April. So there's a possibility he might get back to 20th the same day Jason's back because that's right at the edge.
Right.
But more than likely he's out next week.
So next week is my audition night, so it's scheduled till 5. I probably will be fine to leave, but that means I'm leaving there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think we're gonna do. I mean, we're not gonna do Mansion Madness. I'm going to suggest we don't try to do other tour next week. So you guys can come when you're available, regular time, and we'll probably just do some other one-shot game.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I think is there. I would be down with like if you want to do like our kind of escape type thing. I would be down if there's any.
There are one
kind
shots.
of unlock type thing or something.
Yeah, there's one shot, like you said. There's unlocks, and then I've got new ones.
Yeah, you got new ones. Right?
Yeah, I've got one shot. The cryptic puzzle type games.
And if
But
you want
I've
to play,
also got new Ryan Lockett games you guys get to play, like Creature Caravan or
okay.
Or
Well, I was gonna say because my games, which we could wait because Jason likes to put those on if we decide to give him a little bit of a thing, but I haven't had Energy Empire.
Oh yeah.
Out for a while.
Yeah.
But I would rather save my bully to the table for that. I need to see when it's coming. The Dynagenics when it's gonna come.
Yeah.
But you like that one
Yeah.
because you have enough ways to break the game.
Yeah.
You like the ones where you can break the game.
Only water dinos.
What did we decide? Did we really have a legit conversation about the bat game?
Oh, Ottawa.
Yeah.
What about it? Like
playable, not playable again?
It's not.
It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed to take longer for the style of game that it was.
Right.
It just seemed like there was more downtime for it to get around or something.
To get around,
yeah. It just seems to be a little bit more slow.
Right. Like I think that the mechanism that Earth has, where you have 2 rounds that are basically everybody just doing their stuff.
Gotcha.
Maybe
simultaneous or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it just surprised me that for the style of game that it was, it was our only game for the night. So it took like 4 hours.
But like Agricola, which is another one of his games, is the same kind of tedious.
Yeah.
So I still kind of enjoy it. I like some of the mechanisms in it. But I think you're right. I think it's like
Agricola,
it's 2 rounds too short.
Agricola definitely does take a long time, and whenever I play it, I go into it knowing that.
Yeah.
But that
I always
I think
just
there's more
because I have Caverna.
Caverna is a little
it's a more
free.
streamlined version. Yeah. But Agricola, like the few times that I do go into it, I know that it's going to take longer. But also, I guess that feels meatier. It feels like
because
it's
there's
a little bit
more
more justified for the length or something.
Although I do like very much that tableau that your resources go on and your resources come back on.
Yeah,
that was
there's been other games of his and other games by other publishers that
really use that.
Really employ that mechanism.
I'd like to find that mechanism in a game that's like replayable or something, because I enjoyed it a lot.
Who is the? I'm always forgetting his name, but the guy who did my Kanban. I'll just go look in there.
Yeah.
The guy who did my
the super
because that is
the guy who did my hedges. He came and cut the hedges. He had a game.
Topiary
guy. Oh, he was great. Elephants and Mickey Mouse. Wait, that was Disney.
Oh, right.
Lacerda.
Tommy Lacerda.
Vital Lacerda. So.
Oh yeah.
Lacerda does really heavy games, like almost exclusively really heavy games.
Yeah.
But that is a common mechanism for him as well as that whole, like you said, that track where getting the resources off the track exposes benefits for you, but then you spend those resources and go back on.
Right. Yeah, I like that a lot.
And then Uwe Rosenberg also does that, in numerous of his games.
Well, a lot of his thing has a pool of resources that you bid on or you take or you whatever, and then you have to use those resources through the thing. But it's not a individual has a finite amount of resources as often.
Well, keep in mind, Uwe Rosenberg has
beans.
Well, he has a lot of games. See that even I didn't realize just how many games he had published until I did the before you play, because they split Uwe Rosenberg up into his big box games versus his versus his smaller games versus his polyomino games. It's like he's got so many games.
Subcategories.
Yes, and Knizia is the same sort of way.
Just so prolific.
so prolific. So so there's the games that Uwe Rosenberg is known for, like Agricola and the bean one, Bonanza, right? But they're by far,
Feast of Odin.
And Glass Road or whatever it is.
The Feast of Odin, is it just like Agricola on steroids with a different?
It's a cross between his. It takes some of his some concept from some of his polyomino games, and then mixes them in with concepts from like Caverna, but also from another style game that he does, like Glass Road. So
Because somebody called that Ottawa Feast of Odin Light.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't compare.
But
the
I
two.
was like, I don't
think the two compare. The thing with Ottawa is Uwe Rosenberg himself visited that region, and he just became interested in the story of the bats.
Yeah,
and then he came back and he can produce whatever game he wants for whatever reason he wants, and no publisher's going to turn him down, right?
Well, I think he has this idea.
I'm not saying it's a bad game, but
Yeah.
I think it's a game that, like Garrett was saying, many other games fulfill what you might be looking for out of that game in a more succinct way. But if you are doing a Rosenberg series, or if you're just like, you've got somebody who just really, really is looking for something different.
For that.
Or just something different. Like they played, like, this is really good, this is really good, this is really good, but I played them to death, and you can do this and be like, it employs some of those same mechanics, and it's different. It's not necessarily better, but it's different. If you're tired of the ones that are more targeted to a particular mechanic. So. Yeah. It's an occasion.
Well,
I think it's.
And I think it's like those two, having the 1, 2, or 3 meeples to go and do worker plate instead of having where you create a machine.
Right.
Like it is a limited.
See, I've got one.
But I would say, to be honest, I know you don't like it, but
no, I've got a new one like that. Reykjavik or not or the it's not called Reykjavik. It's called, but anyway, it's a farming game set in Iceland.
Yeah.
But let me grab it.
Yeah, I would say like to some degree in that kind of category of those like restricted worker placements.
Yeah, where you don't.
Arnak is probably more.
Oh yeah.
And also that Energy Empire I have is in essence that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you have some places you can spin, but really you have just the 2 or 3 guys.
So Ray Colt, which I don't know if you played or not, but this is another example that Uwe Rosenberg is. He took a trip to Iceland, and he was fascinated by the produce market culture in Iceland.
By the way, we can all take trips to Iceland now since we have Iceland Air here.
Yeah,
it's just
it's direct. It's direct now.
Direct, and they are
I want to. Yeah.
propping it, and always like, we need to go to Iceland. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I love Iceland. It's one of my favorite places on earth. But the point is this is just another one. He went and interested him, so he built a game that incorporated it. But like when I play it with Bob and other people and whatever, we all kind of agree. It's like, okay, it doesn't implement as well some of the concepts, as some of his other games, or even other games that aren't Uwe Rosenberg. So it doesn't. This game does not beat its competitors in any way other than the fact that it's set in Iceland and they're not.
But also, it's not those games that people put on the table as often.
Right, exactly. So it's like, hey, you can bring
this one comes out every
occasionally
6 months or whatever.
Yeah, and it's just like, but it's different. It's not necessarily better, but it's different.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. But yeah, that's.
So he likes to tour islands and make games.
Hey, look, it could be worse.
Yep.
I mean, again, it's farming themed. He doesn't only do farming things, but that is one of his big categories.
Yeah, he likes it though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he obviously respects the shit out out of those who, work the land and husband
Yeah.
stock. He respects the shit out of farmers, and, thinks that what they do is, worthy of, emulating in a game, right? Whereas, maybe some other designers, don't, think so as much about farmers.